rushing, just trying to get some of it back here. Chubb breaks the initial tackle inside the 45 of what he is right there, and I believe he's got it. What a play by Chubb. A devastating block by Joe Buccaneers. Injured Jacksonville defender.
Injury time out for Jacksonville.
There's Brandon Rusnak.
This will be the third.
Antonio is the one that blocked Rusnak. Nick Chubb on a 3rd and 12, as if he hadn't done enough, puts this team on his back yet again. Needed 12, he gets 13. Chubb with 144 on the ground and a touchdown. And 3 catches for 32 yards. None bigger than that play right there.
2 of those catches were screen passes.
Rusnak, meantime, is still being looked at on the turf. Practice squad called up for them last year, and you just have to shake your head at the number of injuries that this defense has had to contend with.
You have to go to Bible camp.
Who can name the 12 apostles?
I can name them all. So can I.
How'd you read the Bible?
To humiliate and destroy pages. I'm watching you get upset. What's fun about it? Everything.
New Young Sheldon, Thursday on CBS, or watch on demand, or stream anytime.
Toot toot! Make way for the love train.
It's a new mom, Thursday, 9/8 Central on CBS, or watch on demand or stream anytime.
Team at end of the day, 9 straight losses. And you see Cleveland trying to end this incredibly long playoff drought. Longest active streak after the Bills made it a couple of years ago. And the Browns are going to get off to their best 11-game start in 26 years. They have to go all the way back to 1994, the Vinny Testaverde days in Cleveland.
Well, listen, they've been able to beat teams with losing records. And if the playoff push starts, they've got a big one next week. You know, that's where you start to show whether or not you truly belong in that discussion. They haven't played well against the powerhouses, the Steelers and the Ravens of the world. But next week, for the Browns, it starts to get serious, and that's where they can make their statement.
You say what you want. Lack of success against the upper echelon teams, 1-3 against winning teams this season. Well, this has been a resilient bunch. You lose Nick Chubb for a quarter of the year. Of course, OBJ goes down. Miles Garrett unavailable the last couple of weeks. Just seems like Cleveland is getting stronger as the year goes on. But as Adam points out, we're going to know over the next couple of weeks if this team is for real or not. Go to Nashville next week to take on the Titans. And then that home date with the Ravens 2 weeks from today. Mahomes' first start in 3 years. And he certainly gave his team a chance. 20-35, 235, and 2 touchdowns. But it wasn't enough against Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. We throw it to James Brown in New York.
All right, so Cleveland picks up a Which was 8-win season. My goodness gracious, since 07, we take it out of Tennessee at the end of the 2:34 left in regulation. And we go out to the announcers now. I need Charles Davis and Evan Washburn.
This huge divisional win against the Colts. You would think that structurally you feel really good about it, right? I think in the big picture they will.
In the moment, this doesn't feel right to them. They want to finish it off and to close it out. Now they got their hands team out there for the outside kick.
Dumped up in the air by Sanchez. Grabbed and running down the field is Brown for the hands team, and he takes it all the way. That's a pretty good way to finish it strong. The Titans, you can't do it any better than this. The high bounce, and Brown knows what to do once the ball is in his hands.
We've seen through this season where teams are going away from the high hopper on the outside kick because you can't get the momentum running towards the ball that you used to with the new rules. But the Colts went with it there, and Brown played it perfectly. I think that baseball came into play again, right? Overtracked the ball, get it, and then he turned into the runner again.
42 yards, and it goes down as a kickoff return for a touchdown.
So he may see Craig Ackerman, the special teams, but hey, you know, if you need me. Okay, hey, I got a touchdown return.
A lot of smiles for the Tennessee Titans. They're going to walk out of here with a big divisional win. Extra point is good for Gostkowski. It's all Titans, 45-26. Both teams came in at 73 on the season. Colts beat the Titans 2 weeks ago down in Nashville, but the tone of this game was set very early with Derrick Henry. You knew they were going to establish him, and because Indianapolis did not have all of their defenders on that front, with Forrest Buckner, with Danico Autry both out on the COVID reserve list, Tennessee took full advantage to the tune of 45 points. Derrick Henry, 178 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. A.J. Brown gets a bonus on the onside kick with a 42-yard return for a touchdown. Just being part of the hands team.
Just doing his job. Got a little bonus for him.
Gostkowski kicks it off. Colts will have it at the 25 with 2:29 on the clock. Derrick Henry. A lot of highlights. This ended up being counted as a rushing touchdown on a lateral.
NFL, Kansas City Chiefs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, live reactions, play-by-play, live right here on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96. As always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below with that thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL. Chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated as well. Today, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady will meet for the 4th time ever. It'll be young versus old. Think of it as you just bought a brand new truck, but you still have a 1985 Chevy Silverado that runs perfectly fine. That is 2020 Patrick Mahomes coming off of a Super Bowl win this past February against San Francisco 49ers, going up against Tom Brady and the new Tampa Bay Buccaneers as he left New England after a 20-year reign. 6 Super Bowls later, Mahomes has one now as well. They'll meet in Tampa coming up at 4:25 Eastern Time on CBS. Once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. Chiefs coming off a Sunday night win last week on the road against the Raiders, whereas the Buccaneers lost at home last Monday night against the Rams. Coming up at halftime, as always, we'll have first half stats and scores from the upcoming game, along with taking a look around the rest of the league. Week 12 kicked off this past Thursday on Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone had a happy Thanksgiving, happy and safe holiday, as Christmas is now just right around the corner. We saw the Houston Texans defeat the Detroit Lions before the Lions fired Matt Patricia yesterday, and then the Washington football team, the Redskins, went on the road and defeated the Dallas Cowboys because the Cowboys cannot execute a fake punt to save their goddamn lives, and Washington now in first place in the NFC East with that road win over the Cowboys. So we were supposed to have Ravens and Steelers as well Thanksgiving night, this past Thursday night. However, that was postponed until earlier today, and then postponed once again until this upcoming Tuesday, December the 1st. So we'll have a Tuesday night NFL football game for the second time here in 2020. What a year 2020 has been. Hopefully everyone's staying safe. So thank you for tuning in and watching. Chiefs Bucks set is about to kick off with Jim Nance, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson on the call from Raymond James Stadium down in Tampa, Florida on CBS. And then hopefully you'll tune in as well this upcoming Tuesday night for more NFL live reactions play with a rematch from a month ago in the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers, as the division will in fact be on the line. Pittsburgh, the lone remaining undefeated team in the NFL. Cleveland just went to Jacksonville, as Pittsburgh did last week, defeated the Jags. So Baltimore with COVID issues, Pittsburgh now as well. How the Denver Broncos don't even have a quarterback for today's home matchup against New Orleans Saints. It's about to kick off coming up shortly as well. So what a past few days it has in fact been, but as mentioned, what a year 2020 has been as well. So, as mentioned, hopefully everyone's staying safe. But hopefully you'll tune in for Ravens and Steelers this upcoming Tuesday night as well, before AEW Dynamite and WWE NXT kickoff December to close out the year. This upcoming Wednesday night, I'll have live reactions play live right here on YouTube of both of those as well, before next weekend's action in college football with Penn State and Rutgers next Saturday. Next Sunday, it'll be the Washington football team, the Redskins, on the road taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then the Steelers, of course, will be on a short week. And then also next Sunday night, WWE NXT TakeOver War Games. So be sure to hit that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you are in fact joined. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe as always. The links in the description below if you haven't done so already. But Week 12 for the most part, all right to this point in the afternoon. As mentioned, Texans over the Lions, Washington over Dallas. Supposed to get Baltimore, Pittsburgh, of course, that hasn't happened yet. Game on track, though, to be played Tuesday night. And as mentioned, first half stats, along with taking a look around the rest of the NFL coming up at halftime. But with Chiefs and Bucks, it's about to kick off. It's 9-1 versus 7-3. The Chiefs' lone loss to the Raiders that they avenged on the road last Sunday night, as mentioned. So Kansas City coming off that road win. They're on the road once again, taking on Brady and the Bucks, who have been up and down all season long. That's a big point for today's game. What Tampa Bay team is in fact going to show up? Is it going to be the one that's blowing out their opponents, or is it going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneer team that's been getting them blown out by a few of their opponents thus far, a little midway past the regular season, before the playoffs, of course, will begin in early to mid-January. Still some questions on how the NFL playoff picture and all the scenarios that are still yet to play out, of course, from now until the end of the regular season. But if, in fact, the NFL is going to have a playoff bubble or not, if, still home away games as it's been all season long. The NFL has yet to cancel a game this season, so that's some pretty good company to be in, especially with a few of these other sports that are currently going on, postponing and canceling games left and right over the past few weeks due to another COVID outbreak. So, as mentioned, hopefully everyone's staying safe regardless of where you're at. But Chiefs Bucks, expecting a high scoring affair. could potentially be a Super Bowl 55 preview, Super Bowl 55 down in Tampa. So if the Bucs get the whole way to the Super Bowl, they'll be playing in their home stadium once more, at least for the 9th time. You would think at that point too they would have had a few home playoff games. So your typical 8 home games per team. Tampa Bay comes Super Bowl time, if in fact they do make Super Bowl come February the 7th on CBS, 10, 11, potential 12th home game for them. And then, ball's going to be in their court, and it's win or go home, especially for Brady in his first year leaving New England, going to the NFC and joining the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as both Kansas City and Tampa Bay are stacked to the core, top to bottom, left to right, all over the place. You got Tom Brady, a 3-headed backfield for the Bucs with Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, and LaShawn McCoy, but Jones has been the go-to running and catching out of the backfield. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin coming back from an injury just recently, and then the Bucs recently as well just signed Antonio Brown. He's a few games in now with Bruce Arians, who's he is very familiar with. As Arians was his offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh with the Steelers, and then Brown, of course, was traded from the Steelers to the Raiders. Never played one game with the Patriots, had an 8-game suspension. Returned just a few weeks back, now a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, of course, as Bruce Arians is now in his 2nd year at the helm with the Bucs after leaving Pittsburgh. Actually got fired by Mike Tomlin. That should never happened, especially coming from a Steeler fan. But the Steelers have progressed, as everyone has since then. Arians was then the offensive coordinator for the Colts in 2012. Took over for Chuck Pagano when he battled cancer. That ended up getting him the Arizona Cardinal job before he was fired, and then took a couple years, or took 1 year off a couple years back. Was in the booth for CBS, and then came out of retirement. Now in his 2nd season, past 2 years now, 1.5 years, 2 years as the head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Andy Reid in Kansas City. Congrats to him for winning his first Super Bowl this past year. As mentioned, Chiefs, your defending Super Bowl 54 champions. They got Patrick Mahomes, drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of LSU. The rookie running back has run the ball extremely well, along with catching it out of the backfield. Expect a lot of screen passes with both of these offenses today. There's been, some talk on, with Brady and Arians. Bruce likes to throw it deep, and Tom likes to throw it short. Move the sticks and move the ball on down the field and put up some points. But regardless of all of that, it's new game today. Fresh start. What Tampa team's gonna show up? Is it going to be the one that's been blowing out teams, or is it going to be the team that's been getting blown out? It's one way or another. There's no in between. But it's Mahomes and Brady, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Once again, they signed another Pittsburgh Steeler, the Chiefs did, and Le'Veon Bell. So Bell and Brown of the Killer Bees with Ben Roethlisberger, as the Steelers will host the Ravens on Tuesday night once more, going to face off, both on offense, of course, so they won't be tackling each other by any means. But expect a high-powered scoring affair, I do believe, this afternoon, with both teams trying to establish a run game, get Edwards-Helaire, Bell, Jones, Fournette, and if McCoy even plays, he's sort of, as Fournette's a little mad as well. As Jones has been the go-to, but if you're running the hot hand, so be it. And now, in the meantime, CBS comes in a little late. We're now live with the Chiefs and Bucs following some early 1 o'clock games and bonus coverage. As in my area, we saw the Browns defeat the Jaguars, and then the Titans go on the road and defeated the Colts. That was bonus coverage. The second game of those two that I just named off. And then Cardinals on the road in New England before the Pats won a game-winning field goal on Fox. New Orleans, Denver underway as well. Denver they do not have a quarterback on the active roster, so they're starting a wide receiver today. We got a first and goal for Kansas City. 13-10 to play here in the opening quarter, so really haven't missed much. But the Chiefs, in the meantime, have drove downfield. First and goal from the 7. Mahomes over the middle, slant complete to 14, Sammy Watkins. And he's going to be brought down at the 1-yard line. So just like that, the Chiefs are knocking on the door, trying to punch it in, and take an early road lead against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. So hopefully they fill us in, potentially show some highlights, some replays of this Chief drive, if in fact they do score or not. Mahomes in motion, and then he catches it on the snap, gives it to Hill, and then Kelsey was in motion as well, came around on the end around, and Kelsey was going to throw it to Mahomes, and it falls incomplete. What a play that was. And Tampa was all ready for it. So incomplete, 3rd down and goal. We're definitely going to have to see a replay of that play. But hopefully as they cut out, fade to black, okay, now we're back. It seems like they're having some issues. But, yeah, hopefully we see some replays, some highlights of this Chief drive that is a yard away from punch it in. 3rd and goal. Mahomes under center. Clyde fake to him. Mahomes looking to Kelsey. Back corner of the end zone, a little too far, incomplete. And Kansas City is going to have to settle for field goal. No, Mahomes wants to go for it. Andy Reid calling him off. No, you get off. We're going to bring on Harrison Butker for an easy 3. Chip shot field goal from the 1-yard line because they can't punch it in. Get up under center and sneak it. You have 6 on the board right now, more so than not. Here comes Harrison Butker. Go back to that Charger Road overtime win early this season. Had like 10 50-plus yard field goals for the win. But then kicking woes all over the place. With fans in the stands, Harrison Butker's chip shot field goal from the 1-yard line up and good, technically like an 18, 19-yard field goal. Chiefs now lead 3-0 with 12-14 to play in the opening quarter. So Kansas City got the ball to begin the game, it looks like, unless Tampa, of course, turned it over, but we're going to get to see Brady and the Bucs on offense coming up shortly. But kicking woes all over the place. We've had, I don't know how many missed kicks. He's missed a few as well, but that field goal up and good. So they go to Jim Nantz and Tony Romo now in the booth down in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Former Super Bowl host was supposed to host WrestleMania 36 this past April. Of course, that didn't happen. Potential renewal next year or at some point down the road. Bucs going to make the playoffs for the first time in almost 20 years this year, for the most part as well, as they really honestly haven't been in the national spotlight since they won Super Bowl 37 over the Oakland Raiders with John Gruden after he was traded from the Raiders the offseason prior to Tampa Bay, and then obviously retired after 2008. John Gruden, this is, got into broadcasting and then got back into coaching, came out of retirement and back at the helm with the Silver and Black, who Tampa was supposed to face on the road on Sunday night this time last month. Of course, got bumped up with some issues. We then got the Seattle-Arizona overtime Sunday night game last month. And Tampa still went to Vegas that day and defeated the Raiders. But then since, they've had a few primetime games at home. Sunday night blowout loss to the Saints, and then coming off of a Monday night close loss this past week against the LA Rams. So now 1st and 10 Bucs from the 25-yard line. They've had some issues with injuries on the offensive line. Get well soon, Penn State grad A.Q. Shipley, as he could potentially never play again, could be forced to retire due to a career-ending injury that he suffered, but or re-aggravated from playing for almost a decade and a half in the league. See if Ali Marpet's back on that O-line or not for the Bucs. But Brady hand off to Ronald Jones, the USC Trojan, for about 5 yards. So it brings up 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Brady out of the gun looking to throw. Pass complete at 39 to Mike Evans. He gets to the 43 for a Buck first down. We'll get more back into discussing, previewing what I had planned, of course, before this game kicked off. But with CBS having some overrun from the 1 o'clock games, and then bonus coverage there, coming in late to Tampa with the Chiefs and Bucks basically missed the first drive there, other than the last few plays and the field goal by Harrison Butker for the Chiefs. So Tampa now 1st and 10 from the 42, maybe a little bit of a false start, but he's going to hand off to Ronald Jones once again. He's going to get about 3 yards or so to 45. It'll be 2nd down and about 7. About 10 and a half to play here. First drive for Tampa. But expecting a close, hard-fought game nonetheless. Potential, high-scoring affair with just, how stacked these offenses are. But it's going to come down to, what defense bends but doesn't break late. And special teams help. Who knows? Could play a major factor as well. 2nd and 6 officially. Brady going to go deep to Mike Evans right through his hands down the far sideline, incomplete. So 3rd down for Tampa as they inch towards midfield. Brady taking a shot as well, going down, but the pass was right on the money in the breadbasket for Mike Evans, and not able to come down with it. Incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
They need to do more easy things. Motion, let Tom Brady see if it's man-to-man or zone. He's reading everything after the snap right now.
Empty set, 5 wide, spreading them out. Gronk in the slot near side.
3rd and 6.
Brady looking to throw, and gonna be a little too high and far. 10 for Mike Evans once again. So he goes to Evans 3 times, plus they run the ball, and they're gonna have to punt. So a quick, not necessarily 3 and out, but a 3 and out even after they just picked up 1 first down on this drive. He would have had Brown for a first down, cutting back towards the far sideline. But he goes to Evans, and 33% on that drive. 1 of 3 for Brady, and the Bucks on to punt. Kansas City going to get it. 10-yard line. Tyreek Hill, or Mecole Hardman, on the punt return. He's going to get about almost 15 yards on that return. So it'll be 1st and 10 Chiefs when we come back. They have a 3-0 road lead against the Buccaneers. Completely missed their opening drive due to CBS, of course, bringing us in late. But oh well. Kicked a field goal. They're up 3, and then they hold Tampa on their opening drive to a punt. So they're going to get it back. It'll be 1st and 10 Chiefs from around the 22, 23-yard line. But Kansas City on the road, coming off of a road win. Tampa losing at home last week. Both games were in prime time. So it's 9-1 versus 7-4. Mahomes versus Brady. Go back to what I said. Young versus old. You have a very, very old truck, so to speak, or whatever type of car, whatever the situation is, whatever you want to use as an example. But then you buy it brand new, and of course the brand new truck, works perfectly fine. You got Mahomes, as that would be, coming out of the Super Bowl win. But you also have Tom Brady, who's Tom Brady, the GOAT. He's won 6 Super Bowls his first year in Tampa Bay, though. And it's taken some time, but, still works, still plays, as good as ever. So, the thing is, those are just, 2 players. They're the starting quarterbacks, yes, but football is a team sport. There's no I in team. So who's going to step up for both the Chiefs and Bucks today is what I'm looking at. Along with, like I just said, what Tampa Bay team is going to show up? Is it going to be the one that's been blown out recently, or the one that's, picked up 7 wins and been beating their opponents? However, Kansas City has not defeated the Bucks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, since 1993. Okay, now credit, they don't play all the time, but they haven't won in almost 3 decades. They've lost 5 straight, so they've only played 5 games in almost a few decades there. But the Chiefs still haven't beat the Bucs since 1993. So Tampa Bay with the advantage there, playing at home field advantage this late in the season. It still has to mean something, regardless if there's fans in the stands or not. Of course, there are today. I mean, every stadium with, depending on where the teams play at with each state, of course, is different. Fans at a limited capacity once more, but expecting a high-scoring, fair potential, Super Bowl 55 preview here. That would, of course, happen in Tampa once more. The Chiefs, along with the Bucs, though, following this game, and we'll get more into that shortly. They're scheduled for the remaining few games of the season. It's not going to be easy by any means, but both teams will make the playoffs. This is of course, unusual crossover primetime Sunday afternoon matchup. Because the Bucs, like I said earlier, haven't been this good in quite some time. Kansas City playing their best ball, coming off Super Bowl. Got a flag. We're going to have an offside, it looks like, by the Buccaneers. We had some movement, so this could go either way. We'll see what the Zebras say with the dirty laundry. Before the snap, offside on Tampa Bay, so 5 yards. They'll replay second down.
So, you play all year long for the Lombardi Trophy.
But when it comes down to it, with how stacked these offenses are, and just thinking, of course, don't decide on paper, decide on the field. Mahomes 1 for 1 with points, even if it was a field goal. Brady 0 for 1 and a punt. So advantage Kansas City. Still early, a lot of football to be played, of course, but 3-0 Kansas City. Mahomes going to hand off to Tyreek Hill. That trick play they ran earlier, still trying to wrap my head around that. Mahomes was in the gun. This goes back to that goal to go that they, of course, didn't capitalize on. They set up a field goal. Mahomes was in the gun, then went in motion near side. Kansas City right to left as well. Crushed television screen ready on a dial. Tampa vice versa, of course. 3rd and 1. Mahomes going to hand off. And Clyde not going to pick up a first down. Tampa going to hold and stuff him. Kansas City going to punt. Andy Reid not wearing his face shield today. He's actually wearing a mask. Whereas Bruce Arians is just wearing his face shield that he's been, of course, wearing. And then having his belt wrapped around his chest. So 4th and 1, and the punt unit for the Chiefs going to come on, and the Chiefs are going to kick it away. Antonio Brown, wearing number 81 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, back deep to receive. As mentioned, they're going to bring Chang out for measurement here. He's short. He's a good yard shy. Yeah. Andy Reid looking right at it. He's going to punt. Maybe a fake punt. Special teams potentially playing a factor today. I wouldn't say run a fake punt from inside your own 30-yard line at the 24. The Cowboys did on Thanksgiving by any means. And, have a man wide open downfield, but don't throw it. Yeah, if it would have, worked, everyone would be talking, they scored on it, took the lead, and won on Thursday night. But it didn't go anywhere. They got stuffed. One play later, the Skins scored, and also had a pick six, another rushing touchdown, and, beat them by almost 20. Okay, so Kansas City does punt. Antonio Brown going to let it bounce. He's going to roll out of bounds at around the 17-yard line. Okay, they're going to mark at the 19. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay Buccaneers from there when we return. Chiefs still with a 3-0 lead on the road against the Bucs. Once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Share once more. Chat questions and comments. Super chat, super stickers, always great appreciated as well. But yeah, that trick play that they ran, Andy Reid a lot of plays up his sleeve, no doubt about it. But Mahomes was in the gun in motion near side, and then went back in motion before the snap, of course, far side, and then the center sort of snapped it while he was in motion, and then Tyreek Hill came around from the top. He pitched it to him. Kelsey, who lined up out wide near side, came in on the end around then once the play, of course, started. Hill pitched it to him. Mahomes went out wide, went deep. Actually, not as deep as they probably would have liked, but I'm sure that's probably how they drew it up anyway. They just couldn't execute it. As the Cowboys with that fake punt, going back to that, it was, that probably would have worked better, I bet, that play they ran. Who knows, they might try to run it later or at some point during the playoffs, so keep an eye out for it. But say around midfield, on a 3rd and short or 4th down, rather than on goal to go from the 1 yard line, because you're all, crammed in there for 10 yards with 22 players and all the officials. But Mahomes went out wide then, went deep, short, far corner in front of the end zone, right in front of the pylon. And then Kelsey was going to throw it to him and fell incomplete, got batted down. So that would have been, play, of course, everyone would be talking about right now if they would have scored on it. But they had to settle for a field goal because they couldn't punch it in. But Kansas City now are still with a 3-0 lead. And now, of course, they're going to talk about Mahomes and Brady, their rivalry, meeting for the 4th time today. Of course, Brady and the now Bucs, when he was with the Pats, he's won 2 of the 3, and then the 4th, of course, today. So Brady leading 2-1 with 2 wins 2 years back, including in the playoffs to get New England the Super Bowl. But then last year, mid-season, Mahomes and company went to Foxborough and beat Brady, Belichick, and the Patriots before, of course, New England lost to the Titans in the wildcard round, and then Brady left for Tampa Bay this past offseason. And then the Chiefs, a month before then, of course, won the Super Bowl against the 49ers. But, we probably would get this every year, honestly. The NFL would give us this game on the schedule if Brady was still in New England, because it'd be AFC versus NFC, or AFC versus AFC, excuse me, not AFC versus NFC as it is now. It'd be the new, Brady Manning. It'd be Mahomes, Brady. But you have Mahomes and Jackson. We saw the Chiefs go on the road on a Monday night early in the season, late September, and beat the Baltimore Ravens. First season under Bruce Arians as an offensive coordinator, head coach. Tim Couch, Andrew Luck, a few other quarterbacks there that he's coached with the Cardinals and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jameis Winston, of course, last year. Now in New Orleans with the Saints. And now Brady. Chiefs call their first timeout. 7:11 to play here in the opening quarter, even though Sheets is better. We've had the guys open. We've just missed them. I think he's getting confused a few times with the coverage. Potentially. I mean, coaches coach and players play. Plays got to be good enough for the players to execute, and then the players have to execute them. And go back to, Brady likes to just move the sticks, throw it short, get the hell open, I'll get it to you. Arians wants to go deep all the time. Well, eventually let bygones be bygones and work something out and, get everything rolling. But you've won 7 games for a reason, but you've also lost 4. And a few of them have been getting blown out. But you've also blown out, opponents as well in those 7 wins. So what Tampa team shows up? 3rd down and 3. Brady pass near side, incomplete, and the Bucs are going to punt once again. So we've seen a field goal and 3 punts now here in the first half of this first quarter. Mecole Hardman once again back deep to receive. He's going to field this time at the 25 and then be brought down right away. Should give him forward progress. It'll be 1st and 10 Chiefs from 24, 25 yard line, it looks like. As it looks like they'll as well take another commercial break here with under 7 to play in the first quarter. Chiefs still with a 3-0 lead on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. Like, follow, and subscribe. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL. Hashtag Chiefs. Hashtag Chiefs Kingdom. Hashtag Buccaneers. Hashtag Go Bucks. Chat questions and comments. Super chat, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. Hopefully tune in this upcoming week and next weekend as well for more live reactions, play, all live right here on YouTube of college football, the NFL, and professional wrestling.
We love our new home. There's so much space.
We have a guest room now?
But we have ants.
You're slouching again, Ted.
Expired. 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 Thanks, Aunt Bonnie.
It's a lot of house. I hope you can keep it clean.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save a lot of money.
Oh, Teddy, did you get my friend request?
I'll have to check.
Aunt Jody's here.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. According to local building codes, fences can have a maximum height of 96 inches. Food for thought. Let's put the home in home team.
I can save today. You can save the world.
One day, you'll become all that your dream has been about. That everything will be different. This world is not ready for all that you will do.
Who needs you? Wonder Woman 1984 in theaters and streaming exclusively on HBO Max. Rated PG-13.
I'd like to suggest an exercise. Abstain from sex for a month.
Yeah, look at the no in November.
You can't go without all this for a whole month.
The Neighborhood. New Monday, 8/7 Central on CBS.
Both teams with their second drive.
It'll be 1st and 10 Chiefs. Excited to see both Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Le'Veon Bell in the backfield this afternoon for the Chiefs. Mahomes looking to throw. He's going to go deep down the middle. Has a man wide open. Tyreek Hill, one play, 75 yards, touchdown, Kansas City. No flags. What a play. And what a throw.
What a strike. I mean, Mahomes looking at the safety in the middle of the field.
Tyreek Hill already not even at the end of the first quarter, over 100 receiving yards.
Mahomes, watch his eyes. He's trying to
Fake the give. Mahomes going to deep. Hill beat the corner. Safety coming in a little late. And Hill walks into the end zone for 6. 75 yards later, Kansas City now with a 9-0 lead pending this extra point by Harrison Butker. Kick going to be up and good. Chiefs now lead 10-0 on the road against the Bucs. One play, one touchdown, 7 points.
With sweatbands, houseplants, and a 3 p.m. happy dance. With pizza vine and reindeer flying. And just a little
Kansas
joy
City here
with
on
family
fire,
and all your friends. First
striking early and often.
It's all essential in every way. And
He waves goodbye to the defender as well as he walks into the end zone.
what matters.
So honestly, I mean, you look at it with the way Tampa's been playing, okay? Already down 10-0 here today. The problem, for the most part, is their defense. Because they can't, quit giving up points. And then Brady and the Buck offense, they have to do everything. And no wonder they're trying to come from behind and, throwing it deep all the time. And then he's been picked off 9 times. Brady has this year, and that's the most for him this early in the season, since 2011, if I'm not mistaken. So a decade. Brady hardly ever turns the football over. That's how good of a quarterback he is. That's why he's the GOAT. He's not the GOAT in my opinion. I still believe Peyton Manning's the best quarterback of all time. And then Brett Favre at 2, followed by Tom Brady at 3. But Brady, of course, of those 3 is the last one standing. And Brady's the all-time passing touchdown leader in NFL history. Him and Drew Brees going back and forth right now, but Brees on IR as well. Taysom Hill starting for the Saints. Denver starting a wide receiver, not bringing back John Elway out of retirement, or even having an assistant coach start for them this afternoon due to a COVID outbreak. The Broncos don't have a starting quarterback on their roster whatsoever. So they had to start a wide receiver. And I highly doubt they're throwing the football. They're probably, run with their running backs that they have out Mile High. Brady's 2nd and 4, going to hand off. Ronald Jones for 2 yards. So we'll have to check in with New Orleans and Denver a little bit later on with, Philip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon, see how many touches they have. Hell, they're probably running the option or the Wildcat, or hell, maybe even a new formation that no one's ever seen before. Take some advice from Andy Reid, potentially with all these trick plays. Maybe it's trick play after trick play, end around here, end around there, and hopefully it works out. But 3rd and 2 for the Bucks. Brady, a little miscommunication with some tight ends, a little too high on the slant over the middle and complete. And then he also had another receiver right behind him. Yeah, right through his hands, incomplete. And then another tight end right behind. If he would have been there a second or 2 earlier, he probably would have had it and could honestly right now be off to the races. Tampa scoring, but the Bucks, a quick 3 and out for the 3rd time here in the first 10 minutes of the game. Back and forth, but Tampa, it's punt, punt, punt. Kansas City field goal, a punt here, there, and then a deep shot, and 6. And Hardman lets it bounce to the 5 and then ends up picking it up, and then gets to around the 11-yard line, it looks like. And it'll be 1st and 10 Chiefs from there. They're going to take another commercial break. So Kansas City with a 10-0 lead, getting the ball back. So it's defense. Kansas City's defense stopping and holding Tampa Bay, but the Bucs defense with former Jet head coach Todd Bowles calling the defense. Bruce Arians, of course, head coach, former Marshall, Jaguar, and Steeler quarterback Byron Leftwich as the OC. Tampa's defense can't stop Kansas City's offense. So something's got to give eventually here, but when it comes down to it, like I said, potentially special teams plays a major role today. Quick, fast plays like that 75-yard touchdown from Mahomes to Hill. But then what defense bends does break, when it all comes down to it. Hopefully we won't have another blowout. Hopefully, Tampa comes back and makes the ball game. Because if not, there's going to be some serious questions on, they can't play with the big boys, regardless if it's Tom Brady. So, I get he's in his first year. It takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day, so they'll get there. It's just a matter of when. And they're just in a slump right now, it seems like. They can score. They lost to New Orleans a few weeks back on Sunday night, 38-3. Late field goal that, really didn't matter. And they almost put up 50 then on the Panthers, who I do believe defeated the Vikings today, if I'm not mistaken, off the check. But then they lose by 3 last Monday night at home against the Rams. Play calling could be a little bit better, but regardless of the plays, they got to execute. They just got to move the sticks. Keep moving the ball downfield. They have 3 running backs. Why can't you run the ball? Run the ball, play good defense, open play action on offense when you have to. You have Tom Brady as your quarterback, for God's sakes. So block up front and get you have issues on the offensive line, but run the damn ball, open up play action, and play good defense around on special teams when you have to, for God's sakes. Like, come on, it's not that hard. But excited for, like I was saying there, with Kansas City here on offense with, of course, Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Both these QBs today, 2 of the last 3 NFL MVPs, Lamar Jackson the other. But Kansas City coming off a Super Bowl win. Out of the pistol, Mahomes going to option it. That's Le'Veon Bell. And Bell's going to get 8 yards to the 18-yard line. The former Steeler and Jet, who was actually released the last time the NFL played a Tuesday night game, mid-October, with the Titans and Bills. And then the following Monday night, the Bills hosted the Chiefs. But a few days in between all that, the Chiefs signed Le'Veon Bell. And since then, really haven't, other than the Sunday night game last week, as mentioned during WWE Survivor Series last weekend, haven't had a chance to see the Chiefs with all their weapons now that they have, with, Mahomes, of course, Tyreek Hill, another catch right there, first down, Kansas City, Travis Kelce, tight end still, Mecole Hardman, Sammy Watkins, DeMarcus Robinson. Defense is stacked as well. I mean, Kansas City and Pittsburgh don't meet in the AFC title game right now. To obviously get to the Super Bowl, to represent the AFC. There's probably something wrong, but there's a lot of other good teams right now, too. And we'll get more into the other games and standings coming up, but pass complete Mecole Hardman there. So a few yards for him, but honestly, from start to finish, haven't seen other than last week, for the most part. Haven't seen Kansas City since they defeated Buffalo on the rescheduled Monday night game. That was the doubleheader with KC and Buffalo, and then Arizona and Dallas mid-October, because that was supposed to be a Thursday night game. But because the Bills played at Tennessee that Tuesday night, of course they pushed the Thursday night game back to Monday night, and now next week, after tomorrow night's Monday night game with Seattle and Philadelphia, we're going to get a doubleheader next week on Monday night once again, as Dallas was supposed to go to Baltimore this upcoming Thursday, but with the Ravens playing on Tuesday this week at Pittsburgh, Baltimore now hosts Dallas next Monday night at 5 o'clock before the Bills and 49ers do battle. However, that game's, as of right now, not going to be played in Santa Clara due to a new state ban. Pass was complete to Travis Kelce. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Mahomes out of the gun looking to throw fix to give it to Le'Veon Bell. Going to go deep once again down the far sideline. And a little too far for Mecole Hardman once more. So, I mean, both these quarterbacks going to their favorite targets, of course. Brady's gone away from Evans since, that opening drive that they went 3 and out, but they've, punted every other drive since as well. You have Godwin, you have Brown. Mahomes has Hill, who has a touchdown, of course. But then he's gone to Mecole Hardman a few times on this drive. Space it out. You have how many guys, dish it out to everyone on offense. Kelce has a catch. Mahomes is going to go for Hill there once more, another 7, maybe 8 yards if he's lucky. And it'll be 3rd down. But just excited, wrapping all this up, to see both Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the rookie back out of LSU, who they drafted the last pick of the 1st round this past April, and then Le'Veon Bell, who the Chiefs signed 2 days after he was cut by the Jets, the last time the NFL played a Tuesday night game, and full circle now, the NFL with the Chiefs and the Bucs playing today have another Tuesday night game this week with the Ravens and Steelers. 3rd and 3 from the 39. Motion man, and Tampa jumps. That's offside. 5 yards, automatic 1st down. Or they say false start. False start on Lev Bell. 5 yards, 3rd down and 8. They'll replay the down.
On their side.
I don't think they're right.
I thought Tampa jumped.
Come on. Who jumps first, him?
Yeah, Tampa's offside.
Pierre-Paul jumping for 26.
Jason Pierre-Paul with his hand and a half.
But it's because he's the guy he's supposed to go hit.
Yeah.
Jumping a little early, as those fireworks did for him on a 4th a few years back, and took a few fingers from him. But they call false start. And Kansas City now is a 3rd and 8. Mahomes doesn't care. Has Hill wide open again. Hill gonna break a tackle and do a backflip into the end zone. Touchdown Chiefs. And Kansas City now leads 16-0. And we still got a minute and a half to play in the opening quarter. Jesus Christ. They don't care. Mahomes almost 300 yards passing in the first quarter, for God's sakes. You got to be kidding me.
Safety has to help on Hill going right here. As Hill comes off, Mahomes looks left. So then you just
Kansas City and Pittsburgh, by far the best 2 teams in the AFC.
like only Mahomes can do.
NFC-wise,
Tyreek Hill, one-on-one down the field.
Tampa's right now, once again, just average. They're up and down. They can't, play consistent football. Extra point up and good. Chiefs now lead 17-0 with 1:32 to play in the first. This is a little bit of a shock. Tampa cannot do a damn thing on offense when Mahomes and the Chiefs are just airing it out and first down, touchdown after touchdown now, another field goal. But 17-0 Kansas City with a minute and a half to play in the opening quarter.
The other found a smarter way.
Wow. Just wow.
Always been done.
Tampa's got to get their defense figured out
The other does it
if they want to, at least for now they're in the playoffs, but who knows? You lose at 8 or 7-5, you got 4 more games. You could finish anywhere, of course, from 11-5 to 7-9. And depending on what else, happens in the NFC, okay, you might be where you're at now. You might jump up a little bit in the standings, but you might also be on the outside looking in. So if they want to win, late in the year here coming up over the next month, along with in the playoffs and getting the Super Bowl, they got to figure out their defense. But play calling on offense has to be a little bit better. They got to figure just from top to bottom everything out. But they got to play better defense. Defense is going to win championships when it comes down to it. Regardless of, who you're playing and how many points they score and just all of that. If you don't stop your opponent and you can't do anything on offense, you're screwed. But if you still can't stop your opponent and you at least have something going on offense, which you would think the Bucs would have because they have Tom Brady at the helm, but okay, no. At least you'll keep it close, potentially, but it's going to come back down to defense. Kansas City on the road, a 17-0 lead. Tampa's going to come back now and win this game. I mean, don't want to say it, but honestly, this game might be over right now. And we're not even at the end of the first quarter. But Tampa's got to get something going here on offense. They got to play better defense.
How many is it, Jim?
Well, just 7.
Tyreek Hill has 7 catches for 203 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns in the first 14 minutes of this game.
I mean, Coach, seriously, he's the fastest guy in the
This is absolutely ridiculous.
And, you gotta have a safety help.
And then he did a backflip at the goal line into the end zone for the touchdown. First and 10 Chiefs. Or first and 10 Bucks, as Kansas City just kicked off, scoring a touchdown. Ball 25-yard line, bubble screen complete to Chris Godwin. He's going to get a few yards, 2nd down and 8. Got to get a run game going, but I get it. You're down 17. You're going to have to air it out all the time now, but still, just be balanced. There's still a lot of football to be played. No doubt they could come back and win this, but you're down 17 and you can't stop them on defense. It might be a long afternoon. It honestly might.
They need to do something on this next snap.
Brady, pass complete near side.
Brady got hit. Just a wild guess.
It's going to bring up third and about 2.
On most of the plays.
Chris Jones.
Where's the play action stuff to give you time? Everything's a drop back. You know, screen game hasn't been great. It's like all this stuff that's easy for quarterbacks.
Antonio Brown in motion.
It's just, and now here's the motion.
You have Brady.
Doesn't really decide
You have Jones, Fournette, McCoy, along with Evans, Godwin, and Brown, with Rob Gronkowski, O.J. Howard, who's done for the year after an injury, and then also Cameron Brate at tight end, all on offense. And you can't move the ball. You cannot pick up a first down. You have to punt every single drive. There's something seriously wrong. And now they're getting booed off the field.
This is where Godwin, see a little hold there, just kind of loses his footing. But we talk about these
This is pathetic by Tampa Bay. But credit to Kansas City's defense. They're getting after Brady. They're making him, you know, feel uncomfortable. Get rid of the football when he doesn't want to. Incomplete here. Incomplete there. I mean, they hold them, you know, to less than 10 yards and force another punt. And that's all they have to do, and that's all they've done. Flag comes in on the punt. Mecole Hardman, fair catch around the 10-yard line, it looks like. 5 seconds to play in the first. It'll be 1st and 10, Kansas City. We'll see where they spot the football. We'll see what the penalty is first off, but yeah, this is just garbage. There's Ndamukong Suh. He looks like he's gonna do something very, very bad to somebody that might want to get the hell out of his way here by the end of the day.
Well, at this point, Kansas City's, their number one job is to get Tyreek Hill by the kicking team.
2 fouls by Tampa. Illegal formation. That's declined.
Number 29 of the kicking team went out of bounds on his
And then a member of Tampa Bay went out of bounds and then came back in before reestablishing himself. Tampa gonna re-kick now. They'll replay 4th down, I guess. So the Bucs on to punt on 4th down again, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. They're not gonna take the 5 yards and have a 1st and 10 from inside the 20. I mean, I'd probably have them re-punt too, honestly. But it comes down to it, you might, especially with 17-0 lead on the road, play it safe. No turnover by any means. And give momentum to Tampa Bay, 1st and goal potentially. So yeah, Tampa's on to punt again, following the penalty. 4th down, punt up and away. Hardman gonna field it from the 20. Maybe a block in the back. He's only gonna get about 2-3 yards on the return anyway. So just as we were a few minutes ago, 1st and 10 from around the 25-yard line. Now officially at the end of the first quarter as well. Well, 1st and 10, Chiefs to begin quarter 2. They'll switch ends. Ball around 20, 25-yard line there, it looks like. But then the very next play, you know, Mahomes found Hill for a 75-yard strike and 6 to go up 10, and then they scored again. So it's been Mahomes to Hill. No running game by Clyde or Lev Bell, and Tampa can't do a damn thing on offense or defense for that matter because they can't stop Kansas City. So 17-0 at the end of 1 is where we stand with the Kansas City Chiefs leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road this afternoon.
Existing customers can get our best deal.
Really? Mom, AT&T has the deal for new and existing customers. I will.
So what'd she say?
It's the wrong person. It's a guy named Carl. But he's very excited and on his way.
Word of mouth advertising. It's what they did before commercials.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets our best deal, like the amazing iPhone 12 mini on us.
You gotta see the stats on that one. I get the handoff, and with 4 defenders that close, chance of punching it in for a TD, 14%. I can work with that. So I accelerate a lot. Defender distance, decimal. My only out, 0 gravity, 6 points. Best flipping plan this season. Next gen stats, how
chicken nuggets is their gold color. It lets me know that I'm about to enjoy something super crispy, perfectly cooked, hot, and delicious. It's just comfort food. It feels good to eat.
Hi, my name is Ted, and one thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Shake is when the peppermint shake is available, that's to me sort of announces that the holiday season is here. I guess most people count down the days until Christmas, but me, I count down the days until the shake comes out.
Why can't I find my own wife? Watching the CBS Sunday night movie is like hanging out with an old friend. That's right. You always know what they're gonna say next.
I wanna be right.
Coming to America. The CBS Sunday night movies tonight on CBS.
Those on the pirate ship look lost at sea. After the first quarter, 17-0 Kansas City. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. The Chiefs, first snap, quarter number 2. 238 yards of offense in that first quarter.
First and 10, Chiefs from the 22-yard line. Mahomes going to air it out. Pass complete to Kelsey at 35. Gets to the 43. First down, Kansas City.
Kelsey says, I'll take it. He's got a gain of
These stats for the Chiefs, they keep this up remainder of the game. Come end of the fourth quarter, ball game, Mahomes might have 500 yards passing. Probably 5 touchdowns. Hopefully they can run the ball late when they need to if Tampa comes back, especially with a lead. But hell, even these receivers might have even 50 to 100 yards apiece and a touchdown or 2. First and 10, Bell going to get the carry. He's going to lose 2 yards back to the 40. It'll be second and 12. Or excuse me, that was 25. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, not 26. Le'Veon Bell. Clyde, the go-to starting number 1 running back. But then you insert Bell into this offense. I mean, stat-wise, really hasn't done a whole lot. I mean, he scored for the first time all year with your team last week. But empty set 5 wide, but still just excited to see how they play with him. And, of course, just it's overall exciting on especially how the Chiefs are playing today on the road. They'll play in Kansas City at Arrowhead. They'll play in Buffalo. They'll play in Tampa Bay. Hell, they'll probably play in Nazi Germany and beat you. Like, come on. Like, the Chiefs are literally that good. Trips near side and a bunch. Mahomes out of the pistol. He's going to step up, and then he just gets rid of it somehow. Watkins there, so no intentional grounding. 13-13 to play here. Second down. Yeah, they'll play at a high school stadium, college stadium, anywhere in the NFL, on an island, for God's sakes, probably, in the middle of the frickin' ocean, with, NFL street type of roles. Like, the Chiefs would probably still be beating you right now. Mahomes over the middle, complete. They're making this look so goddamn easy. Complete to Sammy Watkins, former Clemson Tiger, Buffalo Bill, and Ram as well. He's battled some injuries, but he's a good, reliable wide receiver for Mahomes. But it's Mahomes when, of course, they had Damian Williams. He opted out this year, so not playing. He's going to be looking for a new job next year because they got, unless they do bring him back, they'll have to restructure a few things probably then. Mahomes over the middle, a little too high for Kelsey, incomplete. That's his worst play of the game. And it was almost picked off, but no, yeah, Damian Williams probably going to be playing somewhere else next year, opting out. due to COVID, and it's going to bite him because the way Clyde's played, and he's only a rookie, and then they bring in Le'Veon Bell. I mean, they could have a three-headed backfield. I mean, Tampa does. Why not? I mean, you could bring him back and, play well. But, yeah, Kansas City looks unstoppable right now on offense, making this game look so goddamn easy. Mahomes pump fakes, pass complete on 2nd and 10. And about a yard and a half or two, maybe. We got an update now, our first update. We got New Orleans and Denver. Taysom Hill returning to the mountains where he plays college ball at BYU. Scoring a touchdown as your new Saint starting quarterback. Taking over Drew Brees, of course, is on IR. New Orleans on the road leading by 2 scores, 14-0 now over the Denver Broncos. Denver without a quarterback today. Starting a wide receiver at the quarterback position. Mahomes, pass complete to Travis Kelce for about 8 yards. Right there at first down marker. Should have enough for a first down. They move 6, first down, 10, Kansas City. Boy, would Denver like to have Patrick Mahomes right now. Hell, they'd probably even take Tom Brady, regardless of how the Bucs are playing. They'd take anybody. I'm surprised Elway didn't come out of retirement. They didn't sign Snoop Dogg's 2 cousins or 2 uncles that fight each other at barbecues. But that fight last night, I tell you what, man, that was awful. They didn't do a damn thing hardly. 1st and 10 from the 23. Mahomes going to hand off. And, about 2 yards there. They take a look at the playoff picture. We'll get more into that coming up at halftime with stats and scores, so we'll hold off on that thought for now. But, Pittsburgh's still the last unbeaten, but there are a few other damn good teams right now. And Tennessee, with the win over Indy today, they split their regular season series, with Indy winning on the road in Nashville on a Thursday night, and then Tennessee returning the favor today from Lucas Oil. False start on Kansas City. 5 yards, will be 2nd down 13. The Titans are now the 3 seed, whereas the Colts are the 7. So they'll meet again for the 3rd time. Or, excuse me, no they won't, because 2 will play 7. 3 will play 6, 4 will play 5 because of the extra team in the playoffs this season with the new playoff format. But they've even talked about, as mentioned earlier, potential playoff bubble for the NFL this upcoming January, early next year, that they could, if games were canceled, they can't fit them in, could add another playoff team per conference. So we'd have 8 in the AFC, 8 in the NFC. Just for this year for now. Now, they might go back to 7 as they were going to this year, or might keep it at 8 moving forward. But then half the league's in the playoffs. But then that's just more football. And who knows what the hell's going to happen then. So I think people will be down for it. Empty set, 5 wide after the false start. Mahomes found a receiver for 3 yards to the 21. Got those 5 yards back. And it'll be 3rd down and 8 now. Play clock winding down. Mahomes looking to throw. Rolling out near side. And has a man caught, 1st down, Kansas City. Demarcus Robinson, was he in bounds, though? That's a big question. Yes, they say 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line. What a play. Just keeping it alive. Mahomes is, in my opinion, this generation's Brett Favre. Just keeping plays alive, and he's just a playmaker. He's a gunslinger, and he's just going to, chuck it all over the place and beat you. Yeah, he was for sure in bounds. Mahomes with 304 yards passing now. In the first quarter and a half here, we still have 8:50 to play in the 2nd quarter. Just absolutely ridiculous. He's going to be on track potentially for an NFL record for passing yards per game. Here, David keeps it up. We got a strip sack fumble. Tampa has it. They recover, and the Bucs are going to get the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 Tampa Bay. It looks like from around the 15-yard line. We'll see where they officially spotted at, but first mistake by Kansas City. We'll see if Tampa Bay can capitalize, put up some points, and get back in this ball game, cut the lead to 10 or 14. once we come back, but they'll hit another commercial break with the Kansas City fumble. See, in those circumstances, situation you're in, eventually you know something bad is probably going to happen. Especially when you're out of the gun all the time and Mahomes is trying to make play after play after play. Run the damn ball. You know, okay, you probably would have been stuffed. You'd had second and third goal then. Worst thing come out of it, of course, yeah, turnover, but they keep the ball, keep it going, but can't find the end zone. You kick another field goal, you're up 20-0. So, Tampa going to get it back, but they still trail by 2.5 scores here with about 8 minutes to play in the first half. So, hopefully they can come back here, make it a ball game, and
Let's go.
we'll see then, of course, if that does happen, what happens in the second half. Because it's still a 60-minute ball game. It's not over by any means, but it's just looking ugly as it's looking really good for Kansas City. Looking very, very ugly for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. They got to do something on this drive if they want to get back in. I mean, this drive coming up could honestly define their season or how they played the past few weeks. You know, up and down, not knowing what team we're getting today. Well, so far we know, you know, they're getting blown out and they're playing like shit. So, I mean, like I said, Kansas City looks unstoppable. They do. But they turn it over. First turnover of the ball game now. And Tampa's going to get back. So we'll see what happens on this upcoming drive by the Bucs. And I mean, both teams still honestly have to establish a run game here. My opinion, at least. Everybody has their own opinion, but you got to be able to run the ball effectively well, especially late when needed. So Tampa's going to try to get out of this hole they're in. But you have Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, and LaShawn McCoy, and then, you know, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Le'Veon Bell. And it's pass. And like I said a bit ago, too, expect a lot of screens today, potentially. I haven't seen a whole lot of it, so we'll see what happens here. 1st and 10, Brady going to hand off. They hand off to 27, Ronald Jones, and he picks up a first down for 15 yards. However, there's a flag on the play, and this is probably going to be coming back for a hold, I bet. Yep, holding, 10 yards. They'll replay it down. It'll be 1st and 20. Or half the distance. Still be first down, though. That's a good call. Yeah, exactly. You know, you run the ball well there, but then it calls back for a penalty.
Just like we showed with Hill and Kelsey. I think they have to be able to run the ball successfully for this offense to go.
1st and 17 officially from the 7-yard line. Brady airing it out. They get back to around the original line of scrimmage. A little pass there to Godwin in the 17. It's a pick up a 10, so it'll be 2nd and 7, but there's another flag on the play. Before the pass, holding on the Chief defense. 5 yards, automatic first down. So basically, 2 penalties that cancel each other out there on the past 2 plays. And, okay. I mean, I can see it. That's iffy, though. Not clear hold. The thing with penalties, if it's a clear penalty, you know, call. If not, let them play. Like, don't cost somebody the game because of it. Kansas City going to bring some pressure. Brady going to air it out. Incomplete at the 20-yard line, intended for Mike Evans. 2nd down.
Evans was battling for the ball, but Rashad Breeland able to reach in and deny. Coming up, there's no denying. The best crew in the business coming up on the Verizon halftime report, talking about JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Power, all the latest scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon halftime report.
From the 12, 2nd and 10. out of the gun 3 wide, running back to Brady's left as Tampa here in the second quarter, right to left, crush television screen once more. Complete to Gronk. He's going to get about 8.5, maybe 9 to the 21. It'll be 3rd and a yard. That's what Brady wants every play. You know, a simple short crossing route over the middle or, you know, towards the sideline, dump it out to a back coming out of the backfield. You know, there's short passes. You know, move the sticks. Bruce Arians wants to go deep. But eventually you got to figure it out and, you know, come to an agreement. And like I said, play calling could be better, but players still got to execute. Pass complete. Far side, that's Antonio Brown for pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards. But regardless, they don't need a yard on 3rd and 1. They get the first down, so move those sticks. Brady over to the sideline. Hey, of course, as he's getting word through his helmet on the play call. Let's refresh here. Good restart. Got a first down and 10. He did the 20, so I don't know what 20 means by any means in their playbook, but he dumps it off. And it's complete to Godwin, number 14, for 8 yards. 12 to 14, 2 even numbers. The only thing I can think of with 20 that he showed off is this play, regardless if it's a run or passing, and go to the right side. Because evens go to the right, odds go to the left. You know, if it's 52 whatever, it's going to go to the right. Or if it's 77 orange, it's going to the left. You know, that's just, you know, common knowledge with the sport of football. Handoff to Leonard Fournette, and he's going to pick up a first down. Now he's going to come out. So he comes in for a play, picks the first down, comes back out. Hey, if he's, you know, the short goal line type of running back that they want, so be it. You know, quit bitching that you're not getting carries. But like I said earlier, when Ronald Jones has been the go-to back, you know, run the hot hand. And they also have LaShawn McCoy, too. Brady empty set out of the gun. Deep down the middle. Lays it into Gronk. First down, Buccaneers at 35-yard line. That's their best play of the ballgame right there. And it's the Brady to Gronk connection once again. 5:05 to play here in the first half. Tampa finally moving the football. Good drive going right here. We'll see if they can put some points on the board. Don't know who's going to get the ball to begin the second half. We'll find that out shortly. Just because did not see the kickoff because CBS brought us in a little late with the 1 o'clock games and then bonus coverage in between, finishing up a little late. So we started with about 13 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Screen pass complete near side. Ronald Jones high steps it down the near sideline, gets in the end zone. They signal touchdown. Did he stay in bounds? That's the big question. So they do put up 6. Kansas City going to get the ball back, 2 timeouts, 4.5 to play here in the first half. See if they don't turn the ball over anymore, as Tampa just capitalized off of that, and we got ourselves a ball game. He's in. He is in. Ronald Jones for 6. Tom Brady with another passing touchdown in his illustrious career. Tampa an extra point away from cutting this Kansas City lead to 10.
37-yard touchdown, finishing off an 86-yard drive after the fumble.
So Tampa Bay, they capitalized off of a fumble. A few good runs there, but then Brady airing it out, passing 10 times better than he's done all game. Extra point up and good. 17-7 Kansas City following a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chiefs going to get the ball back. 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning, 4:29 to play. So, honestly, both these teams are still going to have a shot to score before the half, but Like I just said, don't know who gets the ball to begin the second half. If anybody does know, let me know in the comments below. Just because didn't see the kickoff because CBS brought us in late. Which normally, yeah, okay, that happens, but for the most part of this season, hasn't happened a lot. But when a game, gets over late, runs over the allotted time, and then they have bonus coverage on top of it, and then you have kickoff still for the late game, yeah, okay, you're going to take us to wherever the game's at with the two teams, later than you said you were. I get it. It's just how it is. But Kansas City still in the lead. Only 10 now, following a Tampa Bay touchdown, though. So 17-7 Chiefs ball when we return.
Someone wants to bring a little bounce to their house.
Hey Google, play this on all my speakers.
It's the Google Whole Home Funkifier. Introducing Nest Audio from Google.
Can I tell you a secret? My mouth hurts.
Almost 50% of kids in America get cavities before they're 8. When you choose Colgate, you're helping provide dental care and education for children in our community.
Another bundle in the books.
Amy, your knowledge of Victorian architecture really paid off this time.
Yeah, just got lucky. So did the Thompsons. That faulty wire could cost them a lot more than the mudroom.
Thankfully, they come with a motorcycle with their own auto. They're protected 24/7.
What do you say? One more game of backgammon?
Let's take a look at the game snapshot presented by Progressive Insurance. Yeah, that's 2. That'd be second touchdown. And so Hill does his thing, then Jones does his. That's set up by the long pass play from Brady to Gronkowski for 29 yards. Yeah, there they are. Playing like they were just kids. Brady and Gronkowski. Back in the old days, saw it so many times.
Turn the hands back at time right there on that drive.
Yes, they did.
And Gronk plays, slowly getting the offense. And that's the thing, you just got to get those, some of those plays that they know so well. I mean, they've done such success together. I like Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich did there.
NFL factoid. Mahomes 3 times 300 yards passing in the first half. The rest of the league, twice.
You know, you held that in suspense, but it was on the. They could see it already, right? Yeah, the rest of the league.
To make sure I could understand.
Chiefs 1st and 10 from 25, following a touchback on the kickoff.
Meritorious.
Mahomes on the slant is complete to the 32-yard line to Watkins.
Ran for about 8.
It'll be second down about 4 maybe. 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4 here.
In the second quarter, and well, things changed. You actually said going to break after the fumble recovery. Here they go.
2nd and 3 officially. Motion man. Mahomes going to hand off. Le'Veon Bell. He gets a first down.
The first down, tackled by Shaq Barrett.
Bell's been a good pickup for him. Smart. Picks up the system really quickly. Andy Reid talked highly of him. And he comes right in, fits in. One area, though, is today they're not going to win this game running the football. I can tell you Andy Reid's just doing it to keep them semi-honest so he can play action and create big plays.
Mahomes on the bubble screen is caught by Hill. Flag comes in. It's probably going to be a hold. 10 yards. They'll replay it down.
That will kill the
Or an illegal shift.
catch if it holds up for 4.
An illegal shift by Kansas City. Or illegal motion, okay. 5 yards. They'll replay first down.
After the motion, Tyreek Hill takes a step forward, like he was in the old Arena League. Watch him go just that way, like you're going to run and then kind of come back. And now it's ticky-tacky a little bit.
Let him play.
Have your body weight
And he got about a
and start running.
2-yard gain on that play anyway.
So they take that catch
So
off.
first and 15.
No catches in this quarter for Tyreek. What's happened to him, Tony?
He just got a penalty call.
Just kidding.
Ball 31, Kelsey in motion near side. Holmes, it's going to be caught. Sidearmed it to Hill. Picks up about 7 yards, so they get that 5-yard penalty back, so 2nd and 8. Back to, where they were with that 2-yard gain, before the penalty, so.
That's it. Now watch this. You've already seen Davis take a
Kansas City doesn't care.
He's about to throw this.
They'll still move the ball here. They don't turn it over.
Trying to come downhill and cover Tyreek Hill. He just stayed back there. Well, he's standing on the sideline.
Trips top your screen.
Too much early in the game.
2nd down.
2nd and 8. As we approach the 2-minute warning.
Mahomes complete. DeMarcus Robinson leaps for a 1st down. I don't know if he got it. Should have spot the ball.
And they're going to give it to
They're going to give him the 1st down. 2-2-2 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Almost 2-minute warning time.
enough for the first.
And yeah, he has a 1st down there. They're going to wind this clock to 2-minute warning.
That was a first down, by the way, because of that.
So Kansas City's going to have a 1st and 10 with 2 minutes to play and 2 timeouts, up 10 on the road, 17-7 against the Bucs.
4 years ago. That means you haven't played.
They just keep playing smart football.
A lot of these guys in defense.
Yeah, and Andy Reid just run. You have a lead, why not? And then air it out. Tampa's going to have to come back. And they capitalize off the turnover, so we'll see what happens here in the final 2 minutes and then early in the 3rd quarter. But coming up at halftime, as always, first half stats and scores, as Patrick Mahomes has over 300 yards passing in the first half, 2 touchdowns to his credit as well, both Tyreek Hill. The first half stats and scores, along with taking a look around the rest of the NFL and discussing the current NFL playoff picture, with playoffs looming beginning in a little over a month, as the regular season will end on January the 3rd, 2021, early next year, before the playoffs, of course, begin the following weekend with the wild card round, while the wild card, divisional, and conference championship games before Super Bowl 55, as the Pro Bowl will be virtual. I don't know how that's going to work by any means, but Super Bowl 55 in Tampa, February 7th, 2021. Live reactions, play of college football, the NFL, and professional wrestling will continue all live right here on YouTube. So be sure to hit that red subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Chiefs with a 10-point, 17-7 lead, though, 1st and 10 when we return.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
If you need the key to fresh laundry, try Gain Flings. They have more freshness ingredients compared to Bargain liquid detergent. They have 3 superpowered ingredients that fight stink: OxyBoost, Febreze odor remover, and concentrated detergent. Try Gain Flings and smell the difference.
This holiday, get the 5G America's been waiting for. Verizon. Tied with Washington in the closing seconds, the Lions' Matthew Stafford connected with receivers Quintez Cephas and Marvin Jones Jr. to set up kicker Matt Prater for the play everyone was waiting for. A 59-yard field goal to win on the game's final play. Get the 5G America's been waiting for with unlimited plans to fit everyone in your family. Only from Verizon.
How was mediation? Are you okay?
Do I look okay?
Honestly, you kind of look like this a lot.
A new Be Positive, Thursday on CBS, or watch on demand or stream anytime.
Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. Phil is ready. So is JB. They're all handing it off. Here's Coach Coward. Nate. Love the turtleneck. And there's Boomer making a fashion statement of his own. Coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Kelsey comes in a little tighter on that left
1st and 10 from 46. Mahomes pass complete. And Robinson going to get another 9.5. Might have another 1st down there. They're going to give him 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. Timeout maybe?
Motion down by Kelsey.
No?
Guys on the left. Playing soft now. As you're just threatening it by Tyreek Hill's speed and
speed.
Well, I mean, it's like we described. This is like going against, you haven't played the Lakers in the 80s or the greatest show on turf, and then you show up and you're like, we got this, we're going to be, and then it's like, oh my gosh, this onslaught just began.
Second and 1.
Hand off to Le'Veon Bell, and he picks up another first down on second and short.
Zeke Alps for the first down running.
First down run for him.
For 10.
140 and counting to play here in the first half.
Run by Bell right there. That's huge when they're up the sprinkle on, especially taking some time off the clock.
Proved to be a very valuable signing for them.
I think so. With the depth, things happen every year, especially this year. It's a real attrition almost this season in the NFL.
They snap it at 119. So they let almost 25 seconds wind off before even snapping it following the previous play. First and 10 from 35. Pass complete to Kelsey for another first down. So they're in field goal range. So at least, unless they miss, of course, come out of this is going to be a field goal. Pass complete over the middle once again, though, to Travis Kelsey inside the red zone at the 18-yard line. Second down and about 2 under a minute to play. Mahomes pass far side is caught, or first down marker. Just takes out a few members on the sideline, but Le'Veon Bell on the catch, and he should have enough for another first down.
Play with about 55 seconds or so left. Because to me, it's like if you did somehow get off the field, you'd have it, very quickly right back in your hands. And if not, they're not threatened by time right now. Right. If they were on
First and 10. They got 8 shots with 2 timeouts and 36 seconds to punch this in before halftime. Ball at the 11-yard line. First and 10. Trips in a bunch near side. Running back switches from the left to the right side of Mahomes out of the gun. Who's looking to throw? You have DeMarcus Robinson open. No, he's going to throw out of bounds and complete. Back of the end zone near side. Second down and 10. We've had one update with the Saints, Broncos, New Orleans leading by 2 scores, 14-0. The 49ers just scored as well as they lead the Rams 14-3. Coming at halftime, we'll take a look around the rest of the NFL with what has already happened this week, what's going on right now, what is still to come, take a look at the playoff standings, and then next week as well. Stay tuned. Second down and 10 from the 11. Mahomes, another incomplete pass near side, out of bounds. It's the ball boy. He couldn't even catch it. Incomplete, third down. From Tampa, do you call any of your 3 timeouts that you still have? If you stop them here on third down and 10, you have 24 seconds left. Potentially get the ball back and drive and get a field goal before halftime if you hold them here, but I'm feeling Kansas City's going to score right here. Third and 10, Mahomes rolling out, and same thing. 3 straight plays, 3 straight passes, incomplete, out of bounds, and 4th and 10. So the drive stalls at the 11-yard line, and Kansas City's going to set up another field goal here. Here comes Harrison Butker for the second time in the afternoon. So they didn't have to call a timeout now. Tampa Bay doesn't. They're going to get the ball back. 3 timeouts, 15 seconds, but they'll probably just take a knee, honestly. Head on to half. Down 10 right now. Might be down 13 after this field goal from Harrison Butker. Not as short as the last one from the 1-yard line. Regardless, still good. So, kick up and good. Kansas City now leads by 13, 20-7. Over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with 14 seconds to play in the first half. So Tampa's going to get back 3 timeouts. Basically no time left. They'll probably just take a knee, but you have Tom Brady in 3 timeouts. Maybe they try to do something here. We'll see. I mean, 3 points rather than no points if you take a knee is going to be better than nothing, or even 7 if you somehow score, and you're down know, compared to 13 yard now, you know, 6 or 10. And then, you know, it's a whole new ball game in the second half. So we'll see what Tampa does. They'll probably just take a knee, I bet, though.
We gotta go. Not yet. There he is. Let's go.
Don't trip.
We'll leave without you.
Don't spill those drinks.
Are we gonna get going?
Yeah, buddy. Where you get the extra napkins? Napkins?
Let's go.
He's got the napkins.
Again?
There's a meal for every moment at McDonald's, especially when you buy one of your faves and get another for just $1.
We take safety seriously, like in the Hyundai Tucson. It can help protect the ones you love and the ones they love. When the brand has won more total IIHS Top Safety Awards than Honda, Toyota, Nissan, or Subaru over the last 5 years, feeling safe, it's better than a Hyundai Tucson.
Get 0% APR plus $1,000 bonus cash or no payments for 90 days and first 2 payments up to $1,000 on us.
I'm an expert in what's called trial science. Figuring out what to say to a jury is what I do. A new Bull, Monday at 10, 9 Central on CBS. 64 yards, 13 plays, field goal, and now just seconds remain in this first half after an electric beginning by the Kansas City Chiefs, putting up 17 in the first quarter. A little swift kick by Butker with a big high bounce, and it is going to be returned out at the 20 by Justin Watson. And by the way, all the things Mahomes has done, none of it really counted. None of it was official. You have to get to 1,500 pass attempts before you're in the all-time official rankings. He did that on the last drive. He got to his 1,500th career pass attempt. So now he's official. He's number 1 in the career rank all time in all those categories. Touchdown ratio, passing yards.
Tampa Bay just going to take a knee.
Not bad.
So at the half, Kansas City leads the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chiefs over the Bucks. Halftime this afternoon, 20-7. Tampa Bay will receive the second half kick. So the Bucks going to get the ball down 2 scores to begin the second half. So it's a good sign for them, but they still got to play better on defense. I get they have the 1 turnover, then they capitalized on that with 7. But Kansas City still looking unstoppable, making it look easy right now. Yeah, it slowed down a little bit after the fast start, even with all the punts we had. But the Chiefs taking care of business right now. At the half, leading Tampa Bay Buccaneers 20-7 once again. At the half, Patrick Mahomes. He is 25 of 33 for 359 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. This isn't a half a play, folks. First half, stats and scores. Patrick Mahomes, once again, let me repeat this. He's 25 of 33 for 359 and 2 touchdowns. Those are video game numbers. Okay, he's been sacked once on the strip sack. Tampa recovered the fumble, and then they scored off of it. Brady, he found Ronald Jones for 37 yards on the halfback screen on the wheel route for a touchdown. 20-7 once again at the half. Kansas City lead Tampa Bay. Le'Veon Bell has 3 carries for 22 yards, as Clyde Edwards-Helaire only has 4 carries for a yard. So as a team, Kansas City has no run game. Neither of these teams do, honestly. Kansas City's 7 of 23 as a team, whereas Tampa Bay's 6 of 14 because Ronald Jones has 4 carries for 12 yards. Leonard Fournette a carry for 3 yards, and then Brady lost a yard on a
Want to make this next delivery a little more interesting?
run as he, of course, avoided pressure. Did not go down on a sack, though, so
The best way to feel the love
1
is to
turnover
share it.
It's Kansas City's. Credit to Tampa Bay's defense, and the Bucs capitalized, and they scored then on that drive. But Mahomes just balling. Just straight up balling. Making it look as easy as ever. 25 of 33 for 359 and 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill has 8 catches for 200 yards receiving and 2 scores. Travis Kelce, 6 catches for 77 yards. Demarcus Robinson, 4-33. Sammy Watkins, 3 catches for 27 yards. Mecole Hardman, 2 of 8. And then Bell, along with Yelder, have a catch apiece for 2 yards. And then the Buccaneers, Tom Brady, 10 of 16 for a $117 and a score. Ronald Jones, as mentioned, with these rushing games. Rushing attacks by both Kansas City and Tampa Bay, non-existent. He only has 4 carries for 12 yards. Rob Gronkowski receiving has 4 catches for 50 yards, whereas Ronald Jones has that 1 catch for 37 yards and a touchdown. Mike Evans, 1 of 12. Chris Godwin, 2 of 10. Cameron Braid also has a catch for 6 yards, whereas Antonio Brown has 1 catch as well for only 2 yards. Games currently going on in the National Football League. The Saints and 49ers, both on the road, leading the Broncos and Rams, respectively. New Orleans leading, or actually that's, okay, both these games now, I don't know if I said at halftime by any means. I don't think I did, but if I did, sorry. New Orleans, Denver, already midway through the 3rd quarter. So this game here going to be the final early Sunday game here before Sunday Night Football later on tonight with the Bears and Packers. The Saints lead the Broncos 17-3 midway through the 3rd quarter, and the 49ers lead the Rams 14-3 as they just began the 2nd half. Chiefs 20-7 on the road against the Bucs at the half. Earlier today, the Falcons beat the Raiders 43-6. Bills by 10, 27-17 over the visiting Chargers, as they got both LA teams to come to upstate Western New York this season and defeated both the Rams and the Chargers, as Buffalo now advances to 8-3. They continue to lead the AFC East, even with Miami's 20-3 win over the Jets, and then the Patriots winning on a game-winning field goal at home against the Cardinals 20-17. The AFC East, as mentioned in the past few weeks, is Buffalo's to lose, but Miami and New England right behind them. The Giants won by 2 at Cincinnati, 19-17. Titans put it to the Colts 45-26. That was bonus coverage. We had an onside kick that was, of course, then returned for a touchdown. I mean, not shocking that Tennessee won, as it wasn't shocking that the Colts won. You know, a few weeks back, they split the regular season series. They could eventually meet in the playoffs come January. But a little shocking that it was this big of a defeat that Tennessee put it to the Colts, with Indy coming off of a win last week at home against the Packers. So a little hungover today, losing at home by almost 20. Excuse me, from earlier, thought the Panthers defeated the Vikings. Minnesota came back and won by 1, 28-27. The Patriots, as mentioned, defeated the Cardinals 20-17, as the Dolphins also defeated the New York Jets goddamn Jets 20-3. And then the Browns got to 8 wins today for the first time since 2007 with a 27-25 road win at the Jacksonville Jaguars. However, Week 12, as mentioned earlier, kicked off this past Thursday on Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone had a happy and safe, happy Thanksgiving. We had the Houston Texans defeat the Detroit Lions 41-25, along with the Washington football team, the Redskins, defeating the Dallas Cowboys 41-16, because the Cowboys cannot run a fake punt to save their goddamn lives. We then had a play later, a rushing touchdown, a pick six, another rushing touchdown by Washington, as they won 41-16. As mentioned, so both road teams won and put up 41 apiece this past weekend on Thanksgiving. Sunday Night Football still to come, as mentioned. Bears and Packers tomorrow night. Monday Night Football, Seahawks in the city of brotherly love, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And then we'll head west here in the Keystone State, down the Steel City. Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Baltimore Ravens during the second NFL Tuesday night game of the season, this upcoming Tuesday, December the 1st. So be sure to tune back in live right here on YouTube for more live reactions play of Ravens and Steelers this Tuesday in the NFL with Baltimore and Pittsburgh in a AFC North rematch from a month ago. As the division, as mentioned, will in fact be on the line. Take a look at the standings right now. In the AFC North, Pittsburgh, of course, last unbeaten at 10-0. They were supposed to play this past Thanksgiving night, however, postponed until today, and then postponed once again until Tuesday night. So they'll play Tuesday at home against Baltimore. Baltimore at 6-4, coming off of a home overtime loss against the Titans. The Titans running rough shop right now in the AFC South at 8-3, splitting with the Titans, but they're 8-3, and Tennessee's now 7-4. So the Titans leading the South once more. Tennessee at the 7th spot in the playoffs at 7-4. But the AFC South is Tennessee's. Go down to Jacksonville. They just fired their general manager. That's breaking news. So Doug Marrone going to be on his way out as well. So far we've seen the Texans fire Bill O'Brien. Dan Quinn get canned by the Falcons. Matt Patricia just got fired yesterday by the Lions. The Jags just fired their general manager. So normally when you fire a general manager, head coach is going to be on next, if not at the same time as we saw yesterday with Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia with the Lions. So don't be shocked if, and I mean credit, Jags are 1-10 for God's sakes. They suck. The only thing good going on down in Jacksonville right now is All Elite Wrestling AEW. And this upcoming Wednesday, it'll be Moxley and Omega for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Hopefully you'll tune in for more live reaction play this upcoming week as well. Ravens Steelers mentioned on Tuesday, but then Wednesday it'll be AEW Dynamite and WWE NXT. Next weekend, college football, Penn State and Rutgers. Official kick time now at noon Eastern time next Saturday, so I'll have that live right here on YouTube as well, as the Chiefs lead the Bucs at the half 20-7. But then also next weekend, next Sunday in the NFL, Week 13, the Pittsburgh Steelers off of a short week then following the Raven game this upcoming Tuesday night. They will host the Washington football team. The Redskins come to Steel City next week, and then WWE NXT TakeOver War Games as well next Sunday night. But now at this point in the year, of course, with the coaching carousel heating up, we are seeing firings by franchises to general managers and head coaches. So Doug Marrone's probably going to be the next to go. But his former team, the Buffalo Bills, they lead the AFC East at 8-3. Miami, 1 game behind them at 7-4. New England, 3 behind the Bills for the lead at 5-6 with the win. So AFC East is Buffalo's to lose, with the Bills at 8-3, Miami at 7-4 in second place, and then New England at 5-6 in third place. The winless New York Football, Jets. Well, I shouldn't even say football, because then the rivalry comes in with the Jets and Giants, because Big Blue, they are the New York Football Giants. They could very well win the NFC East. They won today, so now the Washington football team, the Redskins, and the New York Football Giants are tied for the lead in the NFC East at 4-7. Dallas at 3-8 with a loss this past Thanksgiving, but then the Eagles still play tomorrow night at home on Monday Night Football against the Seahawks. They're 3-6-1. They win. Philly's going to be back in the lead, and then we'll have a two-way tie for second place. But then if Philly loses, Philly and Dallas are more so than not done for, and then it's going to be the Giants or the Washington football team coming out of the NFC East this year to make the playoffs. But no, the New York Jets, gangrene, the goddamn Jets, Jets. They are the only winless team in the league. They are 0-11. So we have in week 12, with, of course, the week not officially over as of yet, because we got the rest of the games to finish out today, with all the games currently going on in the Sunday Night Football, and then Monday night, of course, tomorrow night, and then the Tuesday night game rescheduled from Thursday and today, still to come. So We got an undefeated team with Pittsburgh and a winless team with the New York Jets. Just an absolute disgrace to the NFL. The New York Jets are right now at 0-11. Absolutely pathetic. I get, we've had a few winless teams in history before. The Browns, of course, the most recent, back in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, 0-16. They brought in Baker Mayfield, new head coach Kevin Stefanski. They're 8-3, and in second place in the AFC North, behind the Pittsburgh Steelers. Honestly, Cleveland could still win the division because those two teams, I should say, meet Week 17, January 3rd, First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Of course, Cleveland's going to have to win out for the most part at 13-3 and have Pittsburgh lose a few. They'd split the series then, should go to Cleveland, but both teams are going to make the playoffs. Baltimore's on the outside looking in. I'm not saying Pittsburgh's not going to win the division, as I do believe Pittsburgh will win the AFC North. They are 10-0, as mentioned, Pittsburgh last unbeaten. But as we're about to begin the second half here, so we get reset, it'll be Buccaneer ball down 13 at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. 20-7, Kansas City on the road at the half, up on Tampa Bay. 27. A quarterback comparison with Mahomes and Brady. That brand new truck, that brand new car running extremely well. Brady stuttering a little bit on down the road, run out of gas, tire just fell off or two, getting pulled over, and nothing going right for the Bucs. But they capitalize off the fumble. We'll see if they can get something going here in the second half, as we're about to play the game here in the second half now, as they get us pumped up with some Triple H. So I guess all the music Brady was used to in Foxborough, they now play in Tampa Bay with the Bucs. But the second half, the game re-kicks off, starts now. Touchback on the kickoff, 1st and 10. Bucs from the 25-yard line. They are down 13, 20-7. They'll be going left to right. Vice versa for Kansas City, of course, across the field. But no, Pittsburgh at 10-0. They should win the division. Last unbeaten. Regardless if they go undefeated or not, just get to the playoffs. Lose now if you're going to lose, honestly, but win in the playoffs. Get to Tampa once again, where you won Super Bowl 43. And hopefully the Steelers get to the end of the stairwell on their stairway to 7 and hoist another Lombardi high into the Florida air come February the 7th. Brady going to hand off Ronald Jones. Looks to have enough for a first down there. One play here in the second half. But no, Pittsburgh at 10-0, leading the AFC North. They play Tuesday night against the Ravens at home. Cleveland in second place, 8-3, first 8-win campaign for them in almost a decade and a half, dating back to 2007. Baltimore 6-4, on the outside looking in right now because they haven't played well as of late. And then Cincinnati 2-8-1 without Joe Burrow, as he went down to the season-ending injury last week and is done for the year. The AFC South, as in the NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting defending Super Bowl IV champion Kansas City Chiefs. Out of the AFC West today, Kansas City, of course, leading by 2 scores, as mentioned, 27. Another handoff to Ronald Jones, 3 yards for him, second down and 7 with 13:50 to play here in the third quarter. We just began the second half. This is about where we came in at in the first quarter after the early 1 o'clock games and then bonus coverage as we missed the kickoff. But we get the kickoff here in the second half, and another first down for the Bucs, it looks like. Pass complete to Rob Gronkowski, a former 24/7 champion in the WWE. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 47, maybe a little bit of a jump by KC. Brady looking to throw. Deep down the near side, has a man wide open. That's Gronk, the 25. Inside the 10, down at the 5, 1st and goal, Tampa Bay. Just when Brady and the Bucs need to get things rolling, Brady goes back to a favorite target of his and Rob Gronkowski. first down completions left and right now after the slow start, and Tampa's got a first and goal. Very good play call. Very good pass and an even better catch by Gronk. Wide open. You don't want to drop one of those. So first and goal from the 5. Trips top your screen. Brady's going to hand off to Fournette. You can get about a yard or so. If that, maybe if he's even lucky, I don't know. They signal no gain, stuff the line of scrimmage. So second goal from the 5.
Arians coming up 2 runs, and then off the same run, here's a play action pass.
Brady has hit his
Second goal from the 5, empty set. Running back motions back into the backfield now, though. To the left, TB12. Brady going to fake the give to Miller on the end around, and then dumps it off. It's caught, but then Fournette loses 4 yards back to the 9-yard line. So loss on the play. Third and goal from the 9. Anthony Hitchens, former Cowboy, now Chief on the stop. Yeah, I don't get why they didn't give it to Miller. Or, yeah, Gronk was wide open. If Brady would have waited a second or two and not dumped it off to Fournette on the screen, he would have had Gronk wide open in the back corner of the end zone near side. It would have been 6. Gronk in motion. Brady looking his way. He's a little too deep, a little too hard of a pass back of the end zone, and now we got some trash talk. Brady getting into it with a few Kansas City defenders. Fourth and goal, of course, yes, frustrating, but yeah, you kick this here. They're still going at it. We're going to have a fight by the end of the day. Might be a little bit better than Mike Tyson and Roy Jones last night. But yeah, Tampa Bay going to kick a field goal now here. Cut it to 10. Yeah, Brady, I get, okay, just throwing it away. You know, you don't want it picked off in the back of the end zone. You settle for 3 because it was third and goal, now fourth and goal. Field goal unit on. But at least give your, receiver a chance. Don't, hit him with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, right down the middle and overthrow him. So, field goal up and good in the meantime. It's 20-10. Bucs cut it to 10. We see some old highlights of Brady and Gronk from New England now in Tampa Bay with the Bucs. Wonder what Bill Belichick thinks of that. But the Patriots did trade Gronk to Tampa Bay to reunite with Tom Brady after he signed this past offseason. As Gronk, of course, retired. Did not play it all last year. Came out of retirement. New England had his rights, so they had to trade him to Tampa Bay. Been a slow start, but, Kansas City 9-1. Tampa Bay at 7-4. 10-point ball game now, early third quarter. Kansas City going to get the ball for the first time in the second half. We'll see if they, start as fast as they did in the first half, even with a few punts. But Mahomes, almost 350 yards passing in the first 2 quarters. Of course, on pace for almost 7, if you do the math, but he's not going to throw for 700 yards today. There's no way. So, got to run the ball. It's going to come back to the run game and what defense bends but doesn't break, because neither of these teams have a running game right now, and neither of these teams can really make any stop on defense. Back to the playoff standings. With the AFC South, you have Tennessee now leading 8-3 with the win over Indy today. Colts 7-4 in second place. Both teams will make the playoffs. And then the Texans at 4-7, they're probably going to be done for, even after a win on the road against the Lions with Thanksgiving. And then you have the Jags at 1-10. So you got two very bad teams in the AFC with the Jets and Jaguars. As you sort of do with Dallas, and even Detroit. But, I mean, if the Cowboys honestly want to shoot themselves in the foot as many times as they have this year, they could have a few more wins. But at the same time, they very well could be winless along with the Jets. Just with the way they played, their 3 wins, very, very close. 1.2, maybe even 3, if I can recall correctly. I'm going to go back and look at this now, and I'd bring it up. Their wins against the Vikings by 3 last week. They lost the Redskins, the watch football team, twice. They beat the Falcons. Okay, so they beat the Falcons by 1. They beat the Cowboys, or the Cowboys beat the Vikings by 3. How do they have 3 wins? Who the hell is their other one against? Or they beat the Giants by 3 as well. And they play the Giants week 17. So the Eagles will play the watch football team then. So those are 2 games to keep an eye out for. As of course week 17, of course, will be all division games. But no, they're 3 wins. They beat the Falcons by 1. This is Dallas Cowboys at 3-8. They beat the Falcons by 1 week 2. They beat the Giants by 3. That was the game Dak Prescott went down with an injury. And then they also beat the Cowboys, or the Cowboys beat the Vikings once again, by 3 last week. Within the games they've lost, you look at it, they lost the Rams by 3 week 1. They lost the Seahawks by 7. Lost to the Browns by 11 in a shootout. Got blown out by the Cardinals, so that's a loss. Got blown out by the watch football team twice. There's 2 more losses. Got blown out by the Eagles, so 4 losses. Kept it close against Pittsburgh, lost by 5. I mean, honestly, Dallas could be 500 right now. You think about it, anywhere 4-6, 6-4 probably. If a few plays would have went their way. 1st and 10 Chiefs, spin move by Clyde Edwards-Helaire out past midfield. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down. Flag on the play is probably going to come back for a hold. 10 yards, they'll replay the down. AFC West, though, you got the Chiefs at 9-1. They'll get to 10-1 with a win today. And then the Raiders at 6-5, along with the Broncos and Chargers bringing up the rear at 4-6-3 respectively. The Chargers could be in that same category as the Jets, Jaguars, and Cowboys. More so the Cowboys with a lot of close games. We'll get into the NFC side of things here shortly. Flag on the play, and it's going to be picked off. Mahomes with an interception. Tampa going to get the ball back, down 10 with 9:18 to play here in the 3rd. We'll see what the penalty flag is, though. But if it's against Kansas City, it's going to be declined. 1st down Tampa Bay. If it's against the Bucs, Chiefs going to keep it. Offside on the Buck defense. 5 yards. They'll replay 1st down, so the Chiefs are going to keep it. So Tampa would have had a interception there, and then some good starting field position to, potentially cut it to 3 or 7, depending on if they, get another field goal or score another touchdown. But 1st and 10 Chiefs from the 43-yard line. Mahomes completes a Tyreek Hill. He's going to get to the 47 officially. So 2nd down.
Chiefs coming in at 9-1. Only the Pittsburgh Steelers were the better record. Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
Yeah, and honestly, Kansas City could be undefeated right now too. I mean, that Raider loss that they avenged last week on the road. They should have and probably, or they could have and they probably should have, I should say, beat the Raiders first go around, but they of course didn't. They lost. You win some, you lose some. You're not going to win them all, of course. That's why I said Pittsburgh better off lose before the end of the season, before the playoffs begin, because you lose in the playoffs, you're done. So, thing is, only the top team in both the AFC and NFC is going to have first round bye. So you get the 2 seed, you're going to be playing the wild card round against the 7 seed. You know, it's number 1 seed, first round bye in the AFC and NFC. 2 will play 7, 3 will play 6, 4 will play 5 in both conferences. Mahomes on the quarterback keeper somehow sneaks through and picks up a big first down.
First down with plenty to spare. 17 yards on the key.
It's the same thing. Watch Mahomes' body language. He looks at those guys and makes everything tell you he's doing this over here. And then at the last second, it's the same as when he throws a football. He starts slowing down, he looks to the right, and then he uses your body weight and leverage against you.
Which we saw his greatest rush of his young career.
From the 26.
Championship game when he broke 4 or 5 tackles on his way to the end zone against Tennessee. First and 10.
Pass is complete. And Tyreek Hill down on the 20-yard line, second down.
11 for 241. And you see how quickly Davis got on him there, right? Comes in on the tackle. Well, the only reason is because the safety's helping him. So if the safety can help you, you can attack stuff underneath you. But when no one's helping you, you got to protect the end zone.
Mid-third, Mahomes just 8 yards from 400.
Empty set, 5 wide, second and 4 from 20. Mahomes taking a shot, is caught, touchdown Kansas City. Guess who? Tyreek Hill for the 3rd time this afternoon. A hat trick for him, as Derrick Henry had a hat trick in the first half with 3 rushing touchdowns earlier on the road against the Colts. Mahomes to Hill, 3 for 3 on scores, and Kansas City extends their lead to 16 pending the extra point.
Perfect strike over the head. That's where, if he's not looking, you throw it hard, right over his head, just quickly, so his eyes can't get back. I mean, if you're looking back, you can almost intercept that, but the quarterback knows from repetition and history, ain't gonna.
That was a 20-yard pass play.
Extra point up and good, 27-10 now. The Chiefs lead the Bucs with on the dot, 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Mahomes just went over the 400-yard mark as well with that passing touchdown, his 3rd of the afternoon. So 3 passing touchdowns by Patty Mahomes and 2 field goals for the 27 total points by the Kansas City Chiefs, but neither of these teams have a running game. And Tampa is now back in the 17-0 hole they were in earlier, as they're down 17 now again, 27-10. So they got to dig themselves out of the grave they're in and hope everything works out to the, best and get back in this game. But it might be a little too late. We got a quarter and a half to play, and it took them almost until the end of the first half to score 7 off of a fumble. Now, they did have a turnover on that drive as well. Kansas City with the interception to Tampa Bay, but then the Bucs were offside, so that was negated, of course. Chiefs keep it, drive and score to extend the lead. So just think if at 20-7, Mahomes throws the interception as he did, no penalty, Bucs get the ball, they score. They're down 6 right now rather than 17. So it goes both ways, and it's Tampa's hurting themselves a little bit more than Kansas City is right now. So, I mean, still just the one turnover that Tampa scored on. They capitalized off of that. Just think if Mahomes doesn't get strip sacked there and Tampa doesn't recover a fumble and the Bucs don't score and everything else goes as it has, The Chiefs are leading 27-0 right now, or 27-3 with a field goal. So they're getting blown out again. It comes back to, what team is going to show up today? Well, we've known what team has, showed up today with Tampa Bay Bucks, and they're getting blown out. They're down 17 again. So they got to try to get out of this deficit and come back. But I'm not going to be shocked by it means that Tampa does come back and make this game. Hopefully they do. I mean, they were just that close to, cutting it to less than 10 as they trailed by 10, but now they trail by 17 again. So here we are. Game goes on. Still got a quarter and a half to play, but Kansas City on kickoff. Touchback in the end zone. First and 10, Tampa Bay Buccaneers from the 25-yard line.
Look at Winfield. He's supposed to play the deep middle, but you got to get over there and help on this guy. If you're just going to slowly get back there, Mahomes just going to catch it.
Mahomes just put it out up there for Hill. He didn't even honestly have anybody open. He just put it up for him, and Hill came down with it for another touchdown. First and 10, Bucks from the 25-yard line. Let's go Bucks. It's not baseball season though. Pass behind, almost picked off. And that could have been a pick six by the Chiefs as well. Screen near side, a little behind Ronald Jones from Brady, and almost picked off. He almost caught it though too. Jones did. Would have gone for about a 5, 6, maybe even a 7-yard gain, depending on the spot where it would have went down at. But almost picked off and almost returned for a score. So Tampa lucks out on one there. 2nd and 10 from the gun. Brady going to hand off. Roland Jones to the 29. Be 3rd down and 6, just like that. Another update. We had one update in the first half. First update here in the second half. A fumble, scoop and score for the Rams, and they cut it to 4. 17-13, 49ers on the road down in Southern California, almost at the end of the third quarter. One game at a time. It's honestly right now who has the hot hand and who's playing good. And if you get them on a good week for them and a bad week for you, you might not be in a good situation, but that's why the games are still played. It's not side on paper, it's on the field. We got a flag on the play. It was complete the Gronk for a first down. He had a good stiff arm, but we got a holding. So 10 yards, they'll replay 3rd down. 3rd and Austin, 3:16 now, with 6:03 to play here in the third quarter. Tampa Bay just continuing to shoot themselves in the foot now. Almost had an interception. They had a pick from Mahomes, but they had a penalty on the offside. Pick up first down here, and it comes back for another holding. As they had a rush earlier for first down, got called back because of holding. Penalties and honestly not being able to stop Patrick Mahomes and not doing anything on offense other than capitalizing off of the fumble. The Bucks haven't done anything. But then Brady airs it out, and Godwin catches it. He's still going. He doesn't think he was down, but they roll him down. Big first down pickup. Brady got drilled, too, on that. And Godwin out of the slot just running a go route right down the middle of the field, deep, out past midfield, first down, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He laid it out for him, too. He had to dive a little bit to bring it in for the catch. And it'll be a first down for the Bucks. From the 36-yard line, 1st and 10, Tampa Bay. Brady going to go deep down the far sideline again. They take another deep shot, and this time around is picked off by the Kansas City Chiefs. So they get a little too far ahead of themselves. Deep ball, deep ball, deep ball. Eventually it's going to bite you. It just does. There's no running game by either of these teams. I get Tampa Bay's down. You have to throw. But you don't need to go deep on every single play. You don't need to run 4 verticals and act as if you're down 100-0, trying to come back with no time left. there's still a lot of football to be played. You're down 17, but Brady with another turnover. He now has 12 picks on the season, which, as mentioned earlier, I do believe this is the most he's had this far or this early in the season since 2011. So a decade since he's not been playing as good. But that 2011 season, you go back, Super 46, the Patriots made the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. However, they lost to the Giants again, just like they did 4 years earlier to Eli Manning. And David Tyree, Plexio Burress, secondary round, Mario Manningham, a few Michigan men there, Michigan State as well. But Tampa's just continuing to shoot themselves in the foot. I mean, turnovers and penalties kill you, and we're seeing that. They're down 17. So, honestly, probably ball game, to be honest with you. If Kansas City can run the ball now when needed, they'll run this clock out, and the game's going to be over here shortly. But don't be surprised if they allow Mahomes to air it out a little bit more, and he ends up with 500 yards passing today. And, no run game. But, hey, 500 yards from Mahomes. Congrats to whoever has him in fantasy football. But, or if you had, the Chiefs in any which way, or any of these teams this weekend, and you won big. But Chiefs can get the ball back following a turnover. So a turnover apiece. Tampa capitalized off the fumble earlier. We'll see if Kansas City can now capitalize off the interception that just took place to extend their lead even more, going up 30 or 34 to 10 with, just a little over a quarter to play. Sunday Night Football, Bears, Packers. Monday Night Football, Seahawks, Eagles. Tuesday Night Football, Ravens and Steelers. It'll be 1st and 10, Chiefs from the 11-yard line. Mahomes complete and dropped. Oh my. Mecole Hardman would have walked into the end zone. He would have had to have run another 55, 60 yards. He'd have a lot of yak yards on that catch. But then it would have went down as an 89-yard passing touchdown from Mahomes. And then over 500 yards for the game. That's a complete drop. You got to catch that. Mahomes is putting himself at the top of the MVP conversation with this game today, by far. No doubt about it. Handoff, and about a 5-yard gain to the 16-yard line for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So 3rd down and average, 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5 for Kansas City Chiefs. Still to come. We're going to get back to the playoff standings with the NFC. We just went over the AFC, but then take a look at a deeper look at the playoff picture on who, of course, is going to be playing who as of now. But still a lot of football to be played over next month, so things could, of course, change. Motion man on 3rd and 5. Mahomes out of the gun looking to throw, and it's going to be a little too high for Sammy Watkins. Incomplete, and just like that, a quick 3 and out. Kansas City on a punt. So, I mean, with 409, very, very good number. All-time wins, of course, in college football for Joe Paterno. But, yeah, Tampa's still going to have some time here to get back in it. So, good stop there on defense. But Kansas City's probably shooting themselves in the foot right now. Damn, we had another touchdown. If Hardman could have caught that, he would have walked in the end zone. And then it'd be, ball game for sure. Antonio Brown on the return from the 30-yard line on the punt. Then he goes down after a few-yard pickup. It'll be 1st and 10 Bucks from around the 33-yard line. Tampa Bay still trails by 17. It's 27-10, under 4 to play here in the 3rd quarter. As mentioned, with the playoffs, full of standings, right now, We got the New York Football Giants at 4-7, along with the Washington Football Team at 4-7, tied for the lead. And then the Eagles at 3-6-1, and the Cowboys at 3-8 in last place. Green Bay leading the North. They win tonight against Chicago, who's 5-5, losers of 4 straight. Green Bay's going to win the NFC North, and then it's going to be Chicago and Minnesota potentially fighting for a wild card spot. But Green Bay at 7-3, Chicago at 5-5, Minnesota at 5-6, Detroit 4-7, and then New Orleans 8-2 in the South. That's going to be their division to lose, especially if Tampa Bay loses today. New Orleans wins at Denver, which they should. They'd have a good 3-game lead with 5 games to play. So yeah, New Orleans at 8-2 right now. Tampa Bay at 7-4. Both teams in action though, as I speak. Atlanta with a win at 4-7. Carolina with a loss, dropping to 4-8. Best they can finish now is at 8-8. Worst, of course, 4-12 in Matt Rule's first season. The NFC West, we got a tie with the Rams and Seahawks. Rams coming back, but still losing at home against the 49ers. Both teams at 7-3. Seattle plays tomorrow night on the road on Monday Night Football against the Eagles. Cardinals fell to 6-5 with the road loss, game-winning field goal against the Patriots. So they're in third place, but they'll probably still make the playoffs. And then the 49ers are 4-6. But the playoff picture, conference by conference here, AFC and NFC. Pittsburgh's your top seed at 10-0. Kansas City at 2, Tennessee at 3, Buffalo at 4, followed by Cleveland, Miami, and Indianapolis as your wild card teams. So right now, the Colts would play the Chiefs, the Dolphins would play the Titans, and the Browns would play the Bills. We got the Ravens, Raiders, and Patriots in the hunt. Antonio Brown for 9 yards will bring up second and short. NFC side of things, New Orleans as your top seed at 8-2. Going to get to 9-2 with a road win against the Broncos today for the most part. Rams at 2, Green Bay at 3, Seattle at 4. We got 3 7-3 teams from 2 to 4. And then Tampa, Arizona, and Chicago right now as your wild cards, with Minnesota and San Francisco on the outside looking in. Ronald Jones breaking a run before being pushed out of bounds. Big first down run for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Maybe that's the spark they need to get back into this game with a little over 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Still down 17 though. Chiefs lead 27-10. So on the AFC, as mentioned, you'd have the Colts play the Chiefs, Dolphins play the Titans, and Browns play the Bills, with the Steelers getting first round bye, with the Ravens, Raiders, and Patriots in the hunt on the outside looking in. And then Saints getting first round bye. Right now, the Bears playing the Rams again in LA, rematch from that Monday night game a few weeks back. And then the Cardinals in Green Bay still, early mid-January against the Packers. And then Tampa Bay still in Seattle, as it was last week, against the Seahawks. So nothing really has changed in the NFC. But still got a lot of football. Both we played Minnesota and San Fran right now. Okay, this for some reason doesn't have the NFC East winner because they're all, suck ass, 4-7 or less. Picked off once again by the Chiefs. Brady with another interception. And Tyrann Mathieu on the return to the 35-yard line. So after a big first down run, Brady a play later, an interception. The Chiefs are getting the ball back with 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter and a 17-point lead. I mean, you just can't turn the ball over and, expect to win, especially when you're down by, as much as you are right now. Commercial break, 27-10. Chiefs on top of the Bucs. But yeah, they don't have the NFC East winner in this right now. So you're going to have Tampa and Arizona fall. And then Chicago and Minnesota, along with the 49ers, are going to be outside looking in, because it's going to come down right now to the Giants and Washington football team, the Redskins, as your division winner in the NFC East. But as it stands right now, because of the tie and the Eagles still yet to play, it's all messed up. But the Saints getting a bye, Bears playing the Rams, Cardinals playing the Packers, and the Bucks playing the Seahawks. But either Tampa, Arizona, Chicago probably won't make the playoffs. Chicago or Minnesota then too. And then the Giants or Washington football team would get in winning the NFC East. As of now. That's right now. But there's still a lot of football, of course, left to be played. So we still got about a month or so left before the regular season comes to an end and the playoffs begin. So a lot can happen. You know, games on side on paper, side on the field. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a wild race to the finish, no doubt about it. But that's the playoff picture as it stands right now, as we near the end of the third quarter with the Bucks and Saints. Mahomes pass complete near side. Le'Veon Bell, he's going to scoot his way out past the 40-yard line for about 7 yards. It'll be third down and short. Another update. What do we got now? 49ers and Rams once again. The Rams take the lead 20-17 at home with 11 minutes to play over the San Francisco 49ers.
They take the lead 20-17. Back to Jim Nance. This is exactly, thank you fellas, this is exactly, I'm sure, what Tom is discussing with Mike right now.
Yeah, he's telling him, he said, I don't understand. He goes, well, he was in there and then he blitzed. Tom's like, okay, but just so you know, you replace where he blitzes from and get width from the guy coming.
3rd and 3. I think Kansas City's going to call timeout here.
Different positions now, and they pressuring around him.
Timeout, Chiefs. Play clock winding down.
You know if he's going to give him the hot route or not. And when you're trailing 27-10, you feel like you got to let that.
So back and forth with the turnovers, but then Kansas City can't capitalize. They got a punt. Now they got a third down and a timeout. So something's got to give here. You would think so, at least. So Chiefs 27-10. From the 43-yard line. Third down. Hand off to left Bell. He's gonna... Flag comes in late from behind. We'll see if it's a hold or not. Or maybe a little hands to the face. 3rd and 3. 3rd and long, too, actually. They need the 45. Bell got the carry, stumbled, got up, found his way for first down, and the flag comes in. Holding on the Chiefs. Penalties decline, 4th down, and the Chiefs are going to have to punt. So Tampa going to take the down rather than take the penalty 10 yards. They'll decline the penalty, take the down. It's 4th down. Chiefs on the punt again. So 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions by Brady, and 0 points to show for the Chiefs. But still, however, they have a 17-point lead, 27-10 here. 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. So honestly, they don't really need to do anything. But if Brady comes back and beats them, you know, and we go to overtime or game-winning field goal by any means, whatever it comes down to, going to look back at both those turnovers that they didn't, you know, score any points off of. Where it could be 41-10 right now if they'd score 2 touchdowns, or, you know, 37-10, a touchdown and a field goal, or 34 or 33, excuse me if I can do math, to 10 with 2 field goals. So a punt and Tampa Bay going to get the ball back. So they had a holding on that run. They declined it, took the down. Kansas City punts again, 1st and 10 Bucks, with about 15 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
He deserves some of this blame too, right? I mean, that ball right there, you got to throw that one in the dirt. He's done that his whole career. But that's the trailing 27-10, the frustration.
Empty set, 5 wide.
Trying to fit a ball that he knows he shouldn't be.
Brady going to hand off.
That'll be the last play of the third quarter. Now the Chiefs defense.
And Fournette's going to pick up about a few yards or so there. It'll be 2nd down and About 6, but we'll have to wait until the fourth quarter begins because we are now officially at the end of the third quarter with the Kansas City Chiefs leading on the road at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Bucs 27-10. Chiefs 27, Tampa Bay 10 at the end of 3.
This is Nest Audio from Google. Someone wants to bring a little bounce to their house.
Hey Google, play this on all my speakers.
It's the Google Whole Home Funkifier. Introducing Nest Audio from Google.
He's everyone's favorite reindeer. Get in the holiday spirit with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Tuesday, 8/7 Central on CBS.
This holiday with who you love. Visit your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today for exceptional lease and financing offers at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event.
Today's the day.
There's the second most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania.
Am I late?
Just in time. Nice. Holiday scratch-offs from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Oh, things just got very merry. Keep on scratching.
Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Truck of State College is hosting the Big Finish Sale of 2020. Employee pricing, lowest price guaranteed, 0% financing, it's all an option. With every new model in stock, Gladiator, Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, Compass, and Rams, we are stocked with inventory. With the big sale, we'll buy your car, even if you don't buy ours. So for the largest trade values, the lowest prices, don't miss this one. At Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram and State College, we take the deals the other guys won't.
WTHA, your Black and Gold Nation station.
And there's our director, Mike Arnold, you just saw on the Pirates ship. Doing a great job today, Mike. Look at that speed of that field.
Third game in 8 days by our wonderful production and technical team members led by Mike.
2nd and 4 from 31. Brady pump fakes. It's going to be caught at the 40 by Brait. And then he gets pushed out of bounds at the 45. First and 10.
What we've seen so far, yes, Kansas City bringing their A game, bringing their passing game today. Mahomes with 420 and 3 touchdowns. All of them.
Patrick Mahomes with everyone's favorite number, 420 yards passing. Tyreek Hill, 261 receiving yards. Mahomes with 3 touchdowns, all to Tyreek Hill. Brady with the 1 to Ronald Jones, but he also has 2 picks. As does Mahomes with a fumble that Tampa capitalized on, if you're not tuning in. But then Mahomes also had a pick, but then there was a penalty, it was declined, Kansas City scored. 27-10. Brady over the middle, it's caught. First down and 10 Bucks. That's Godwin once again.
Arizona back in 2008. Arizona team that you remember quite well. Arizona was the offensive coordinator, by the way, for the Steelers that year.
Brady first and 10, pass incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
It's loaded. So I'm not going to give anything to anybody because you got Buffalo.
Yeah, honestly, the AFC is going to be up for grabs, if you look at it. The AFC is going to be tougher to get through this year, I think, than probably in any years past, as of late recently. But so is the NFC, and we're getting an expanded playoff and potential, 8-team, 16 overall playoff if they cancel and add in a few teams. So we'll see what happens here. But it's going to be a very wild, crazy finish, no doubt about it. And hopefully the best 7 teams in the AFC and the 7 best teams in the NFC make the playoffs. And may the best 2 get to Super Bowl 55 in Tampa or Raymond James Stadium, where we're at today on CBS, with the Chiefs leading the Buccaneers 27-10 here. 13:33 to play in the fourth quarter. Brady pass complete to Chris Godwin, and gonna be short of the line again. 4th and 3. I mean, you kick it here, you're down 14, you need 2 touchdowns. You go for it. Yeah, you're down 10. You still need a touchdown and a field goal to tie it. But, I mean, this could be the play of the ball game right now. 4th and 3 from the 31. They kick it. They're down 14. They need 2 scores, but they're going to go for it here. They don't get it, I mean, in this game, because Kansas City's going to get it back. Tampa has 3 timeouts, and they're going to go deep. Brady has a man wide open, Mike Evans, so it works out, and they score. Touchdown Buccaneers. And they should kick the extra point. They're down 27-16. Down 10, 12:44 to play. Kansas City with 2 timeouts compared to Tampa's 3. Going to come down to the wire. We might have another turnover there to close it out. Or hell, maybe even special teams finally plays a factor. But still a lot of football to be played, and Tampa trying to come back once more.
31-yard connection.
Field goal, or extra point, on the kick, up and good. So the Bucks cut it to 10 again, as they did when it was 20-10. Now it's 27-17. They just got to stop them on defense. If they can stop the Chiefs on defense, they might be in a good spot right now. Trying to come back, but just think they don't have those 2 turnovers, they might have points. And it might even be a little closer than 10 right now. But extra point up and good, following the touchdown from Brady to Mike Evans, 27-17, Chiefs on top of the Buccaneers.
Houston, you seeing this? Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
There's a meal for everyone at McDonald's, especially when you buy one of your faves and get another for just $1.
3, 2, 1. Open for business.
From high school, and she's donating a kidney.
I'm a giver.
Big smiles. Not the hazard one, Jill, the real one.
I'm more jazzed than I thought I'd be. That was pretty jazz.
The comedy starts at 8/7 Central. New Thursdays on CBS.
Go to NFLshop.com and gear up.
You want a nugget, Tony? Here you go. That's the 10th touchdown catch by Evans this season from Tom Brady. He becomes the 3rd wide receiver in Brady's career to have at least 10 touchdown catches in a season. Randy Moss. actually, Brady lost 1 and 2. One of them, of course, that epic year when he had 23. That 2007 season came back 13 more in 2009, the year Brady came back from the 08 knee. But now you got Evans on that list.
I'm telling you, everyone, this team is going to be fine. It just takes time with everything. Evans has to learn his stuff as much as Brady has to learn his with each other. And give us some early headlines, Jim.
Now let's give you the biggest stories from the early games today. You had the Titans taking the lead in the AFC South again. Henry just unstoppable. And how about the Patriots? They vault from 50 with no time left to win it over Arizona. And this is the other big one. The Giants sneak past the Bengals today. Their third straight win. We saw them walk off the field at Dallas. Week 5, they were 0-5. And now look what they're doing. Tied for first.
They're in the early headlines.
Completion for 11 yards to Sammy Watkins. There were other early headlines, but just don't have the time to expound on Buffalo's win over the Chargers or how about Miami bouncing back today. Of course, the Jets staying winless, but Miami. We're going to see Kansas City and Miami on CBS in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks from now, Andy Reid and the Chiefs will be back in the Sunshine State taking on the Dolphins.
First and 10, Kansas City from 36. Got to run the ball now. Hand off. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's going to get 4, maybe 5 yards.
Jacksonville expected 27-25 the final, but they're 8-3 now. Kevin Stefanski's going to get a lot of consideration for Coach of the Year if they keep it up this pace.
So sneaky under the radar, right? A couple teams like that done a fantastic job. And that team ready to go right here. You see that play? All that nondescript again. But that's that battle tested over time. They have the ability to do that at the right time.
Empty set for KC. Motion man back in the backfield. Complete to Kelsey. He's going to be short of the line of game, though. About 3rd and 2 to come.
Is 45 on the bottom of your screen. He's going to get this back right here when he comes. That's the guy you gotta watch.
Mahomes rolling out. It's going to be caught at the 40-yard line. First down to Hardman. And with 10.5 to play here, another Chief first down. If they can run the ball here, run the clock out, run when needed, the Chiefs are going to pick up a huge 10-point road win against the Bucs. And then, as Jim Nantz just mentioned, we'll finally get a Miami Dolphin game on here this year. The Chiefs will head to Miami, where they won the Super Bowl last year, and take on the Finns, who just beat the Jets today. And, that could have playoff seeding implications on the line, especially in the AFC East with the Bills and Dolphins and Patriots. But as of now, as far as I know, that game's at 1 o'clock in 2 weeks. Pittsburgh plays Sunday night. WWTLC will be the following week. So if, in fact, Kansas City, Miami's at 1, we'll have a doubleheader with the Chiefs and Dolphins along with the Steelers and Bills that day. We'll have a doubleheader regardless if it's at 1 or 4:25. They'd be smart to move to 4:25 in 2 weeks, in my opinion. So then we'd be on here from 4 to 11, 11:30, 12 with the Sunday afternoon game of the week and then Sunday Night Football. If in fact only that game, as they say, national audience right now, is on in my area with the Chiefs and Dolphins, which it should be. We got a penalty flag come in. Kelsey, the target, comes down with the catch. First down, Chiefs at the 20-yard line. See what the dirty laundry is, though.
Fisher, the left tackle. So JPP come out.
Holding. Offense, number 77. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, third down. They got Riley for it.
So regardless of the time and station with CBS or Fox for a 1 or 4 o'clock kick, in 2 weeks' time, the Chiefs will be in Miami to take on the Dolphins. If it's on in my area, we'll have live reactions, play with then Steelers, Bills, Sunday Night Football that day as well. So schedule-wise, Ravens Steelers is Tuesday, AW Dynamite, WBI Steelers Wednesday. Next weekend, 3rd and 17 in the meantime for the Chiefs. Mahomes going to go deep. He gets drilled as he lets it go, and it's going to be picked off. So really, okay, if it would have been incomplete, they punt. Tampa's going to get it inside the 10-yard line. Mahomes throws a pick, and he wanted a flag. There is a flag. This might be roughing the passer. And then if it is personal foul, unnecessary roughness against Tampa Bay, automatic 15-yard first down for the Chiefs. Personal foul roughing the passer on JPP, Jason Pierre-Paul. Automatic first down for the Chiefs after an interception. So we've had 2 picks by Mahomes, and they've both come back because of Buccaneer penalties on defense.
It's a poor decision by Mahomes. The worst one today, and that right there is a poor decision by JPP. Great rush, and it is the right call. I mean,
Bruce Arians is not happy about that.
it's correct. It's just unfortunate for the Bucs because you get the interception on it.
Yeah, you feel like suddenly you had Bucs.
I don't know about that.
It was more of a wish throw, you know, where it's like, all right, we got guys going deep.
Bruce Arians is livid right now, and rightfully so. I don't know about that.
It's going to fog up pretty quickly.
It'll be 1st and 10 Chiefs because they'll keep the ball after the interception, but then the penalty keeps the drive alive. 1st and 10 Kansas City from the 33. Handoff, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire going to get hit hard after pick up with 5 yards. Penalty flag comes in late. We'll see what this is. It's starting to get chippy. Frustration on both sides here, but holding on Kansas City. 10 yards, I'll replay first down. See a replay of it again. Mahomes got rid of it, and then Jason Pierre-Paul's left arm hitting the side of the helmet as he got rid of it, and then it was picked off. I mean, that's just good pressure. I mean, that's an iffy penalty. I mean, Kansas City's, of course, going to take it, but I can understand why Tampa's upset. Motion man. Mahomes is going to air it out. It's caught, or incomplete, excuse me. Intended for Tyreek Hill. Now some trash talk. Got a big hit there. It'll be 2nd and long, 2nd and 20 for the Bucs, or the Chiefs, excuse me, with the Bucs trying to come back down 10 here. Things not going their way. I mean, you've had 2 interceptions off of Mahomes within 2 penalties. So Kansas City drives stay alive. They scored on the last one. We'll see if they score on this one. Brady's thrown 2 picks. Kansas City, luckily for Tampa, didn't capitalize. And there's been no run game. I mean, that's to sum it all up right now. Tight end screen to Kelsey. He breaks a tackle on 2nd and 20. Gets to the 31-yard line. So it's going to be about 3rd and, well, we got another penalty flag. This is probably going to be coming back for another hold. So it's going to be 2nd and 30. Or if they take the down, 3rd and 20. Holding on the Chiefs. 10 yards, they'll replay 2nd down. So 2nd down and 30 now for the Chiefs. They're going the wrong way, even with a 10-point lead. Yeah. A little bit, maybe, iffy. That's another iffy call. That's the thing. If it's a clear-cut penalty, call it. If not, don't. Just let him play. I mean, don't let this game come down to the officials, for God's sakes. But we'll get more into the schedule coming up shortly, going back to that. And hopefully we'll have some final stats and scores here once this game wraps up. Screen complete to Robinson. Stiff arm. He's going to get about 4 yards or so. 3rd down and 26 with 7:04 to play. Tampa's got Kansas City in good spot right now. Down 10, 3 timeouts, 7 minutes to play. Still a lot of football left. Under 7 to play now. Clock winds, but if they can hold them here, get the ball back. And we've had how many penalties there as of late, just recently. Tampa drives, scores quick, gives them the ball back, makes another stop. Field goal ties it. Touchdown's going to win it for you, late. So Tampa's still in this. 3rd down and 27 officially from midfield. I'd be shocked if they convert. Mahomes, almost executed his magic for a 1st down. Had Robinson about a yard shy of the 1st down, but dropped incomplete. 4th down and Kansas City on the punt. What a sequence on this drive with just the recent plays we've seen, of course, but then all those penalties, turnovers. Bucs can get the ball back after all this. Still down 10 with 6.5 to play, and the punt's going to bounce out of bounds. See where they spot this at. This is in favor of Tampa Bay. 1st and 10, Bucs from the 30-yard line. So a bad 20-yard punt by the Chiefs. Bucs getting it back, down 10, 6 minutes to play. 27-17, Kansas City Chiefs on the road against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Share. Chat questions and comments. Always greatly appreciated. So yes, in 2 weeks' time, checking in on Chiefs Dolphins. That game is on CBS. As of now, at 1 o'clock. Okay, it's going to stay at 1 o'clock on CBS. That'll be good. That'll be a good doubleheader, early and late, with a little gap in between, because the Steelers play the Bills that Sunday night. Now, unless for myself we get Texans Bears or Broncos Panthers, along with Titans Jaguars for some unknown reason, we'll have live reactions in 2 weeks' time of Chiefs Dolphins and Steelers Bills. Next week, actually in a few days, this Tuesday, Ravens Steelers in the NFL on Tuesday night football for the 2nd time this year. So coming Wednesday, W Dynamite, WWE NXT. Next weekend, college football, Penn State Rutgers. Next Sunday, Washington football team, the Redskins and the Steelers. WWE NXT TakeOver War Games. And then the following weekend, which would be, NFL Week 14 in 2 weeks, that Sunday, following Penn State Michigan the day before, we will have, if in fact Chiefs Dolphins is on in my area on CBS at 1 o'clock that afternoon, Chiefs Dolphins and Steelers Bills for Sunday Night Football. But today, with 6 minutes to play, the Bucs are getting the ball back, down 10, 27-17. We'll see if Tom Brady can work his magic and make another come from behind win, as they trail by 17 to nothing. And they cut it to 10 at 20-10. Turnovers all over the place today. I don't know how many penalties by both teams, but somehow Tampa Bay is still in this, down 10, 27-17, with officially 6:21 to play. They got a 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Brady looking to throw, going deep down the near sideline. Has Evans. It's incomplete.
Next Sunday, another CBS doubleheader day. Early window. Yes, the Browns will be going to much of the country, taking on that tough Tennessee team.
2nd and 10.
Is on CBS. 2nd and 10.
Brady out of the gun, complete. That's to Cameron Brate to the 32-yard line for 5. 3rd down, 5 to come. 6:06 to play. Evans on the sideline limping. Good thing for Tampa Bay, they got the 2-minute warning still to come and 3 timeouts. Like I just said earlier, they're still in this game. And they got Tom Brady at quarterback, so as long as he's your quarterback and playing, not turning the ball over and not having any stupid penalties on defense that you could have another few turnovers to split, you know, it might be a little closer than what it is. But it's still a close game at 10. Brady gets hit as he gets rid of it, throws it deep down the far sideline, incomplete. 10 for Antonio Brown. And now Brady wants a personal foul, unnecessary roughness. I think he's going to get it. Flag comes in. So they're going to sort this out, of course. Make sure they call right down the middle even. Yeah, it's the same thing that Tampa did to Mahomes, and they called it roughing the passer. So Kansas City does the same thing to Brady and the Bucs. They call it. At least they called it. And they're calling it down the middle now. I mean, they have been, but there's been some questionable calls. And way too many goddamn turnovers. And no running game. So 15 yards on the personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Automatic 1st down for the Bucs. 5:28 to play here. They still trail by 10. It's 27-17. 1st and 10. Tampa Bay out past midfield now at the 46-yard line. Godwin, the motion man, in the slot near side. Brady in the gun, looking to throw. He's going to dump it off to Leonard Fournette. Stiff arm from him. He's going to pick up about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the thing is with Tampa, too, going back to Dallas having a lot of close games, you know, and their 8 losses could be 8 wins, or 4 of them are going to for sure be losses because they got blown out. So they're 7-4 as Tampa's, you know, but then they honestly could be winless too. Tampa's had a lot of close games as well. A lot of few-point losses. Lost to the Bears. Yeah, they bring it up as soon. I swear to God, I'm bugged. They bring it up as soon as I talk about it. They lost to Chicago on Thursday night by a point. Week 1, they lost at New Orleans by a few. Got blown up by New Orleans then 2 weeks back at home on Sunday night. Pass complete to Godwin. 1st down Tampa Bay. 4:44 to play. Ball at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10. They put up 50, like I said, against Carolina after they lost the Saints. And they lost by 3 last week to the Rams. Brady looking to throw. Pump fakes. He's going to go down with a sack. We haven't had a whole lot of sacks today. But what defense is going to bend but doesn't break? With Kansas City bringing down Brady for the first time here this afternoon. 2nd and long. Shotgun for the celebration.
You tell me. There's something there that I don't know that everyone else does, and I'm looking silly, but...
You're looking silly because you don't want to say it.
I'm not averse to that kind of world, so I wouldn't know. 2nd 13, Jim. Got plenty of time. Your field goal range already.
They had a few more seconds on the clock. 2nd and 13 from the 25. They've, in the second half, they've actually been able to move the football, but they still can't run it. Brady's been airing it out. Pass complete to Godwin again. Good to see him getting some catches from his return from injury. He's going to be about 8 yards, or he picks about 8 yards, and be about a few yards shy of a 1st down. It'll be 3rd down. Now we've got another personal foul roughing the passer. Not another automatic 1st down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now I'm not going to be shocked if Andy Reid is livid. I mean, these penalties, give me a break. Let's see if this was a personal foul. Yeah, you can't, like, act as if you're going to choke slam somebody and, you know, put your hand around their throat and not expect to get a personal foul, you know, unnecessary roughness, late hit called on you. So Tampa moving downfield with only a few seconds coming off the clock. First and goal now from the 7. Here comes Shady McCoy. LaShawn McCoy in the ball game for the first time today in the backfield. Pass over the middle, incomplete on the slant. Second and goal. And the Saints defeat the Broncos. I think everyone saw that coming, because Denver did not have a single quarterback to play today. They had to start a wide receiver. No John Elway coming out of retirement. Drew Lock wasn't able to go. Neither was Jeff Driscoll or Blake Bortles due to a COVID issue. From the 7, second and goal, Brady looking to throw. It's caught. Touchdown Bucs to Mike Evans once again. However, there is a flag on the play. Illegal use of hands in the face on the cheap defense. Penalties decline. Touchdown Tampa Bay. It's a 4-point game pending the extra point. Extra point is going to be crucial. Make it 3. Kansas City's going to get it back. They got to establish their run game still here. Mahomes can't do it all. He's nearing 500 yards passing. But it's going to come down the wire. All Tampa's going to need is a field goal to tie it if they convert on the extra point here. Touchdown if they get the ball back is going to win it if they hold Kansas City. The Chiefs have to do something now on offense when they get the ball back. Because if not, Brady's coming back and beating you.
Brady with 345 yards now and 3 touchdowns.
Extra point almost blocked. However, up and good. Tampa cuts it to 3. 27-24, Kansas City. The Chiefs, well, they've done a whole lot in the second half. It's been tail 2 halves. You know, Chiefs taking the early lead, thinking they can hold on to it. Well, here comes Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming back in the second half. 3-point deficit now for the Bucs. They trail by 3. 27-24 Chiefs on top of Tampa Bay.
Nature-made vitamins because I trust their quality. They were the first to be verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards. Nature-made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. You can't always stop for a finger stick. With the Freestyle Libre 14-day system, a continuous glucose monitor, you don't have to. With a painless 1-second scan, you can check your glucose with a smartphone, so you can stay in the moment. You can do it without finger sticks. Ask your doctor for a prescription today. And if you join the My Freestyle program, you can try the Freestyle Libre 14-day system for free. Learn more at myfreestyle.us.
At Chipotle, we believe that the best food on earth is the best food from the earth. That's why we use only whole avocados to make our guacamole fresh every day. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle, for real.
Part 2 of Stephen's interview with President Barack Obama.
Any UFOs? Did you ask about that?
Certainly asked about it.
And?
Can't talk. All new Monday on CBS. At the end of the day, what do you take away from here? What do you need to leave behind?
CLT 2-hour premiere Wednesday, 9/8 Central on CBS. 14 fourth-quarter points coming down. 27-10 deficit entering the final. And now, ended about to kick off. Chiefs are playing it as though they expect onside kick. Hardly back at the 15.
Tampa Bay on to kick off. And we're going to have a touchback. Kansas City getting it back, first and 10 to the 25, up 3 with 4:10 to play. Yeah, the head-to-head meetings, Brady with a 2-1 lead in the series. Won twice 2 years back, including the AFC title game that sent New England to the Super Bowl before they beat the Rams. And then, Kansas City beat New England last year. And then Brady's now a member of the Buccaneers. First and 10. Handoff Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Need to run the football now. See if Kansas City can do it. Neither of these teams been able to run the ball, but when you have almost 1,000 total passing yards between both of these quarterbacks today, Mahomes with 452, Brady with 345, and then 2 interceptions. Mahomes also has 2 picks, but then they were negated by penalties. And on the one drive, they continued to drive and scored. The other, they just punted. Now they got the ball back after Tampa just scored to cut it to 3. So, I mean, what a performance by both these quarterbacks today. 2 of the last 3 MVPs, as mentioned, the other Lamar Jackson. Ravens still have to play the Steelers. But, and he's not going to be playing. He's on the COVID list, so no Lamar Jackson on Tuesday night. No James Conner for the Steelers. A lot of key players won't be playing with Baltimore and Pittsburgh come Tuesday night. But on second and short, Mahomes is going to tuck it and run. He's going to pick up a first down, so that's really all that matters. Just keep moving the sticks here. Run this clock. Tampa now with only 1 timeout left. And if you can run the ball when needed late in the game and pick up first down after first down and run the clock out, you're going to win. We'll see if Kansas City can do it here. I mean, we've had, I don't know how many penalties today, like I said, by both teams. Way too many turnovers. Punt contest, but very explosive with these offenses as well. Another update. What do we got? Game-winning field goal. 49ers, Robbie Gould. Lock Haven zone for the win. And the 49ers win it against Los Angeles Rams, 23-20. So the Rams, coming off that road win on Monday night last week at Tampa Bay, lose at home by 3 on a game-winning field goal. Game-winning field goal, or a game-tying field goal, going to decide this, potentially force overtime. We'll see. Tampa just called their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be 2nd down for the Chiefs. Still 3-point lead here, 27-24, but all Tampa can do now to stop the clock is a 2-minute warning and hold them on 3rd down to force the punt to get the ball back. Good to see Robbie Gould, Penn State Sound, kicking a game-winning field goal for the 49ers. Bears should have never got rid of him, and they know it. And all Bear fans do as well. When they went to the Giants, he's been in San Fran with the 49ers as of late. Mahomes on 2nd down, he's going to tuck it and run, slide, inbounds, stays in bounds, clocks in, 10 and roll, picks up a first down. And for the most part, if Kansas City can pick up probably 1 more first down, maybe 2, they're going to win this game here. I mean, because we saw a 2-minute warning, under 3 to play now, but just run the ball, hold on to it, don't turn it over. But then maybe Andy Reid's going to, continue to run this football here, and then have Mahomes play action, go deep, and have the dagger put right through Brady and the Bucs to close it out. 1st and 10 from the 48. Handoff. Clyde for about 2 yards. And that'll do it for the 2-minute warning. It'll be the final play before then. So 2 minutes to play. Kansas City going to have a 2nd down and 8. You need 1 more first down. You need 1 more first down. You pick up a first down, you win this game. If not, Tampa holds you, forces a punt. At least you're going to pin them deep. Hopefully at least. Tampa would get the ball, field to go inside the 10-yard line. And if Brady beats you that way, so be it. But then, like I said a little bit ago, it's going to come back to those 2 turnovers, those 2 interceptions that Brady had that Kansas City didn't capitalize off of. So, It'll be interesting here. If they pick up a first down, game's over. If not, I mean, they can run the clock down to under a minute and then call a timeout of their own, punt, or maybe even delay a game, back themselves up, still pin Tampa deep, and have Brady and the Buck offense, have to drive the distance to beat you or tie it up, to force overtime if they can get it in a field goal range with, no time remaining then at that point. But it's going to come down to the wire here. And for the most part, seeing some crazy finishes today. This, in my opinion, though, depending on what happens here, one of the, if not the game of the year so far. There's been a few other games that I can recall off the top of my head, but I mean, Kansas City's lead, it looked like it was going to be over early. And then all the penalties and turnovers, Tampa's in it. And then Kansas City really hasn't done a whole lot in the second half, which, yeah, room to improve there. They know better. In the meantime, Tampa Bay's coming back. And Kansas City now only leads by 3. But if they pick up a first down here with 2 minutes to play, this game's over. Plain and simple.
And by Pizza Hut, the official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
Going back to what I said earlier, Tampa's defense, needed to improve, needed to make a stop. Can they get a stop here and get Brady the ball back? And what defense is going to bend but doesn't break? Kansas City's going to throw. Screen complete. Stays in bounds. Okay. 2 yards to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Clock's going to continue to roll. 1:50 and counting. But 3rd and 7. What do you call here? I'd run the ball. You have to run the ball here. You don't get it, you wind it down as far as you possibly can, call a timeout and punt. And then the Bucs offense is going to come out. Brady's going to try to drive, get field goal range, or beat you in regulation. They're going to throw. Mahomes rolling out on 3rd and 7, far side. He gets rid of it. It's caught. First down, Chiefs. Game. Tyreek Hill to seal it. 8 yards on 3rd and 7 on the pass. First down, Kansas City, and that'll do it. Game over. That's ball game. What a game from start to finish, though, with Kansas City and Tampa Bay here today. What a game. And that's by far for sure catch. He's in bounds. That's a first down, and that's ball game. Kansas City's going to advance to 10-1. Tampa's going to fall to 7-5 with the loss. Mahomes on for the kneel down, and that'll do it. They're under 40 seconds. One kneel down. We'll close it out. Kansas City on the road going to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 27-24. Mahomes and Brady hugging it out. Brady into the locker room now.
The second most in his career.
Andy Reid, Bruce Arians post-game handshake. But that'll do it. As the seconds wind down, hitting 0-0. Final score, Chiefs 27, Buccaneers 24. The Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 27-24. Brady, for the first time in his career, has lost 3 consecutive games, which is very hard to believe, but hey, it's 2020. Why the hell not? He's in his first year with the Bucs, and they're not in the lead in the division. They're 3 games back now, losing to New Orleans twice head-to-head, of course, and then losing today with New Orleans winning. So the Saints at 9-2 with the win over the Broncos. Tampa with a loss, falling to 7-5. Both teams should make the playoffs, but Tampa needs to watch themselves from now until the end of the season. You know, because honestly, they could be on the outside looking in, depending on what else happens. Both these teams moving forward have to find a running game. Tampa's got to play 10 times better on defense, no doubt about it. I get you're going up against Patrick Mahomes and, you know, all the weapons he has, but still just unexcusable. Because Brady can't do it all himself. They're lucky it was only a 3-point loss. Because it was a blowout early. It seemed like it was going to be over at halftime. They cut it to 10. You know, Brady with the 2 picks, Kansas City didn't capitalize. So Kansas City's lucky, honestly, too. It was only a 3-point win. Because they almost gave the ball back to Brady with no timeouts, a little no time remaining. And then if he beats you, he beats you. But the Chiefs, when needed, sort of ran the ball, but both teams need to run the ball better and play good defense overall. And then, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs, this is, picked up first down and closed it out. And no down later, the Chiefs win 27-24. So now some final stats and scores, along with seeing what else has happened since earlier. We got all the early games now officially done and over with. As mentioned earlier, the Falcons beat the Raiders. Bills over the Chargers. Giants beat the Bengals 19-17, even though Cincinnati had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Titans 45-26 over the Colts on the road. Panthers lost by 1 to the Vikings 28-27. Patriots on a game-winning field goal 20-17 over the Cardinals. Dolphins, who will host the Chiefs in 2 weeks. And as mentioned, if that game's on in my area at 1 o'clock, in 2 weeks' time before a doubleheader then at that point with Steelers, Bills, Sunday Night Football, I'll have live reactions play live right here on YouTube, so be sure to tune back in for those. Upcoming schedule. This Tuesday, Ravens, Steelers, Tuesday night NFL football. This Wednesday, AEW Dynamite and WWE NXT in the World of Professional Wrestling. Next weekend then, college football on Saturday, Penn State, Rutgers. Next Sunday, Washington football team and the Redskins taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers from Heinz Field. WWE NXT take over War Games as well next weekend. And then the following weekend, Penn State, Michigan State. As of now, if in fact Chiefs Dolphins is on in my area at 1 o'clock on CBS that day, 2 weeks' time, December the 13th, I'll have live reactions play. And then Sunday Night Football, Steelers, and Bills. As we just celebrated Thanksgiving, Christmas right around the corner. Dolphins beat the Jets 20-3 on the road, as did the Browns over the Jaguars 27-25. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully it was a happy and safe holiday. Hopefully if you bought something for Black Friday, whoever the hell you're going to give it to, unless you bought it for yourself, will enjoy it come Christmas time next month. The Saints, though, beat the Broncos without a quarterback, 31-3. 49ers on a game-winning field goal, 23-20 over the Rams. And then we just saw the Chiefs beat the Buccaneers, 27-24. Bears, Packers still to come on Sunday Night Football. Monday night is Seahawks and Eagles. NFL Tuesday night, once again, for the second Tuesday night game of the season, Ravens and Steelers because of a COVID rescheduled matchup. As the season has, of course, because of 2020 and COVID, hopefully everyone's staying safe, has been tossed around a few times. We've had a few scheduling conflicts. Games have been rescheduled. We'll get Ravens Steelers now this upcoming Tuesday. So hopefully we'll tune in live right here on YouTube for more live reactions play. We also saw the Texans defeat the Lions along with the Washington football team. The Redskins defeat the Cowboys this past Thursday on Thanksgiving by a final score, with both road teams winning, scoring 41 apiece, 41-25 for the Texans over the Lions, and then 41-16 for Washington over Dallas. But final stats and scores now for the Chiefs and Buccaneers in a losing effort. Tom Brady losing 3 straight for the first time in his 20-plus year NFL career. First year with Tampa Bay, though. He was 27-41 with 345 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them were to Mike Evans, who had 3 catches for 50 yards. And then Ronald Jones, that halfback screen wheel route in the first half, 1 catch for 37 yards for him, and a score. So Brady, 27-41, 345, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Instead of 60 minutes, we'll put on Football Night in America on NBC before Sunday Night Football from Lambeau Field with Bears and Packers. So Brady at 27 of 41, 345, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Ronald Jones was he had 1 catch for 37 yards and a score, but he had 9 carries, only 9 carries for 66 yards on the ground. Fournette 3 of 10. McCoy was in for 1 play, I think, and they didn't target him. So he's honestly not even doing anything, as is Fournette right now. You have to find a running game, as does Kansas City. We'll get into those stats in a second. But Gronk, he had 6 catches for $106. Godwin 8 of 97. Evans, as mentioned, 3 for 50 and 2 scores. Jones 137 and touchdown. Cameron Brate also had 4 catches for 34 yards. Antonio Brown 2 of 11. Fournette 3 of 10. The Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes finished 37 of 49 for 462 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. He also had 2 interceptions, but they were called back because of penalties. So just think, if Tampa didn't commit a penalty, they get the 2 turnovers. Both quarterbacks have 2 picks apiece. Tampa's up in the turnover category then because of the fumble that they capitalized on. And then, Brady has his 3 touchdowns and all that. It's closer than the 3-point win it was, and Tampa's probably victorious. But we had way too many penalties, way too many turnovers today. Neither team with a running game, as Clyde Edwards-Helaire only had 11 carries for 37 yards rushing. Mahomes was 428. Bell 5 carries for 22 yards. He was a non-factor in the second half. But Mahomes was 37 of 49 for 462 and 3 scores. All 3 touchdowns to Tyreek Hill, who had 13 catches for 269 yards receiving, and those 3 touchdowns. So, by far, Hill the go-to target for Mahomes this afternoon. Kelsey had 8 catches for 82 yards. Watkins 4 of 38. Robinson 5 of 36, and Mecole Hardman also had a few catches as well, 3 for 23. Bell 2 catches out of the backfield for 10 yards. But the Kansas City Chiefs victorious 27-24 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Team stats, you do the math, 543 yards total for the Kansas City Chiefs compared to the 417 that Tampa had. A total of 960 yards with both of these teams today. Absolutely ridiculous. What else we got here? How many penalties do we have? 18 total penalties for $150. 3 total turnovers when it should have been 5. But then because of the penalties on Tampa's defense, those got called back. Kansas City controlled the game with the time of possession as well, up 13 in that category. So, honestly, Kansas City, yes, deserved to win because they, started strong, started fast, had the early lead, blown out Tampa. But then also, the Chiefs, in my opinion at least, deserved to lose because they almost blew it in the second half. But with, not Tampa in this regard, coming back, not having enough time, and, the penalties and the stupid, turnovers and stupid penalties, I should say, by both teams, cost Tampa more than it did Kansas City. Because Kansas City was ahead and, a little too late for Tampa to come back. So we'll see what happens moving forward. You would think both these teams, Kansas City for sure, are going to make the playoffs, but Tampa, they got to get their act together moving forward, or else they could honestly very well be on the outside looking in moving forward at the end of the regular season, come playoff time. But both teams moving forward, these next 5 games, from weeks 13 to 17 to close out the regular season, both these teams, along with everyone else that doesn't have a rushing attack, they need to find a running game. You see Tennessee on the road winning against the Colts, able to run the ball with Derrick Henry. He had 3 touchdowns, as did Tyreek Hill. Mahomes with 3 passing touchdowns, Brady with 3 passing touchdowns, but and you can look at the stats all you want with the total yardage. If both these teams had a running game and played better defense, it wouldn't be as close as it is, but a win is still a win. And the Chiefs win 27-24 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers once again. Thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions play-by-play. I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96. As always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Hopefully I'll see everybody on Tuesday, Wednesday, and next weekend for more live reactions play-by-play with college football, the NFL, and professional wrestling. Chiefs win 27-24 over Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this afternoon. Hopefully everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you'll tune in as well this upcoming Tuesday and Wednesday for Ravens and Steelers, NFL Tuesday Night Football, and AEW Dynamite, WWE NXT in the world of professional wrestling before Penn State and Rutgers, Washington football team, the Redskins, and the Steelers on a short week in WWE NXT TakeOver War Games 1 week from tonight. Chiefs victorious on the road down in Tampa. Who knows? Maybe they get there for Super Bowl 55 come February with their 10-1 record now, only losing to the Raiders, who they avenged that loss in a win last Sunday night on the road. Kansas City in Tampa, defeating Tampa, by 3, potentially in the first of 2 matchups with these 2 teams as well later on this season, come Super Bowl 55, February the 7th, 2021. But today, the Chiefs win by 3 over the Bucs, 27-24.